That was just straight phone call.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. I know, but no, they won't supply anything else, and we matched the prices of NT phones that do it. That's all they got. Anyway.
The Benton was talking about that, and he said something like,
All good to go here, Chris?
Okay.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by L-Gas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. L-Gas, call 13 11 61. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
It's TSL semi-final day here at iUTAS Stadium in Launceston. It's North Launceston, the home team, finished on top of the ladder, unbeaten, up against second place Clarence for the right to host a home grand final in season 2024. G'day, I'm Dave Moore. This is City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Before I introduce the team, I'll go straight down to ground level, and we've got Chris Sayer down there. Chris, what are the conditions like?
Yeah, gee, first cab off the rank.
Yes.
Well, it's actually stopped raining for now, but it is forecast rain for the rest of the afternoon. Sort of drizzly rain, you know. It's not like the grand final a few years ago with Launceston won the flag in that pouring rain. Considering there were 3 games on this ground yesterday, it's in good nick, as you would expect. A little bit slippery underfoot, I would suggest. Hardly any wind. The windsock is sort of limp, but it is favouring the east, the railway wing end side of the ground, and it's it's different to yesterday, isn't it? Not much of a crowd. You know, yesterday was a big day with those 3 grand finals, so not much of a crowd, but you know, it's going to be a good game.
Thanks, Chris, down there on the boundary. Let's introduce the team here this afternoon. First of all, to my left, Matthew McGee. G'day, Macca.
Good afternoon, Foz, and good afternoon to our listeners and to our viewers on the live stream. Yeah, really interesting contest. 2 great rivals, the North versus the South. These 2 teams have had some massive battles right back to the halcyon days of the TSL. And very interesting, North Launceston 18-0. It's been well known that they've got 3 of their younger boys out suspended today, which has made just a few issues with their midfield. Also forwards, especially Leary being out, Van Dam and Lockie Mitchell down back.
And a late change, Macca.
And a late change, yes. So Blade Sulzberger, the state representative, is also out of their midfield, hasn't come up with that knee. And the big bird, Kayla Matthews, is in, who has been in good form up forward as well. So, look, 18-0 North Launceston, Clarence 14-4 for the season. There's not much in between them in the stats. But what does concern me, and welcome to our expert, Maxie Walker. Hope you're well, Max, after a lovely dinner last night.
Magnificent dinner, thanks, Macca. Yes, great to be here.
I was going to say to you, I looked at where they played here the last 2 times, round 5 and round 12 here at iUTAS. I was critical of Clarence. They just couldn't run with them. The first time they played here, North Launceston had 31 scoring shots. The second time, North Launceston had 26 scoring shots. Clarence haven't been able to have 10 scoring shots. So, can they run with them? Can they spread with them? The conditions are okay now. I think they've given themselves a little chance, Clarence, though.
Well, they're confident. They were talking it up as it was spoken about off air in the media early in the week. A bit of banter amongst some of the players, and so they've got an expectation that they've come here to do well. There's a lot at stake today. It's a home grand final for whoever wins it, so that's a huge incentive. Obviously, if Clarence wins, down south.
Yep.
If North Launceston win, it's up here again. Just the coin toss earlier, just kept an eye on that. Clarence won that, kicking to the city end. So North Launceston will be kicking to the Invermay Park end against the slight breeze, as Chris said. But yeah, look, a real good spread of players amongst both sides. You've got the Cripps Player of the Year, Noah Holmes in the ruck.
Big Noah. Yes.
He'll be tested today against my boy, Alex Lee.
Yep. Lock him in for the 3 votes.
Oh, well,
Max,
not yet.
Max Walker's love child.
I do have the number written down there. It's just a matter of where I put it today.
One player I'm interested in seeing, because I don't think he played up here the game I did, was Josh Green, the former Essendon and Brisbane Lion AFL player.
Experienced.
Kicked 41 goals in 12 games, Max. So he's one I'm going to be interested to see whether he can create a bit of dangerous offensive work.
And they've managed his workload too, Macca.
Yeah, well, he's only played 12 games, so that's it. Last time down to round 19, they got to within, a couple of goals, 3 goals. Yep. Clarence did. And, of course, up forward, North Launceston have the ever-dangerous Harvey Griffith and also Declan Chugg with Leary out. So Griffith's the leading goal kicker of the leagues, kicked 53 for the year. Let's see, no doubt he'll have a few snaps on goal today. I
think Baxter Norton will be an important player in that midfield today. He's an experienced player now. He's an outstanding junior, and he's skipper of the side.
Good use of the footy, yeah.
Yep. Keegan Wiley experienced in there as well. So the midfield battle will be fascinating. Of course, without Van Dam and Sulzberger. Yep. There were a couple other injury doubts, as you said, Macca, across the team. Mitch Nicholas coming back from a hamstring.
Yes.
And I just feel like it's North Launceston's grand final today, but their season is on the line. If they can secure that home final and get 2 weeks rest and get some of those players back, it's going to be huge.
It's their game to lose today, isn't it? Like, they've got a lot at stake. They haven't lost one all year. Everyone talks about the more you win, the closer you are to your next loss. They've got 3 or 4 important outs for them. They've got some reasonable depth to cover that. But they'd be a little bit nervous, I would have thought.
Just a couple of things I've noticed. Bradley Cox-Goodyear starting on ball on Baxter Norton. Harry Bales moves up to a wing. Connie Young has gone back into the defence for North Launceston, where we've sort of beat him up forward. So that's a little change there as well.
Umpires today, Adam Hayes, Tom McEntee and Nathan Geeson. Experienced group of umpires. We're about to get underway here on City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5, and via the TSL live stream. Here's Matthew McGee.
TSL finals action. Noah Holmes, Alex Lee gets the first one down, finds Cox-Goodyear. Quick hands forward inside 50 for Dave Gruber. Already they come out here, North Launceston. It's game on here. First shot at goal, Bailey Mitchell. Bailey Mitchell kicks the first goal for North Launceston. Inside, what are we talking, boys?
11 seconds.
11 seconds for the goal. Unbelievable, Alex Lee with the hit out.
He also got
Bradley Cox-Goodyear gave it back to Alex Lee. Inside 50. Bailey Mitchell maybe a little bit of surprise to start forward, but he was onto it. He was too fast and he snapped it truly.
Well, we saw North Launceston get a goal within 13 seconds at North Hobart the other week, and I think they broke that record just then, Max.
Yeah, they certainly did. As soon as you kicked the ball, I looked up at the scoreboard and it just clicked over 11 seconds. So you don't see many quicker than that, and a surprise move, having him up forward. We know him more of a rebounding half-back, but good start and great confidence builder for him.
They go again. I haven't done enough, Foz. Give me a chance. Noah Holmes inside 50. Here's Josh Green, fall of the pack, can't do so. Comes out there to the ever-reliable defender. Here's Bales on the left. Comes out scoreboard, commentary side of the ground. Here's Stingle back into the side. Wearing the long sleeves today, the speedy Stingle. He's got to give it. Pressure on. Lucky kick, not 15, surely.
Paid.
Fortunate mark to Jack Ahern on centre wing.
Ahern on wing. Kicks up towards half forward. Griffiths. Beautiful mark in a contest there with James Bealey. That's going to be a great one today. Griffiths plays on, kicks towards the goal square. Contested footy. Topoli Kubank's in there. Also Cleary with a big hip and shoulder. Trying to get clear there was Max Gapin. They fall on top of the ball. High tackle we thought there from the commentary box, but it's going to be a ball up 20 metres out from North Launceston's goal.
Of course, both teams, boys, have got the Devils players back in after their loss last weekend, so adds a bit of strength and youth to both of these teams.
Umpire Geeson throws it up. Holmes takes it out of the ruck, dispossessed. Bealey in there. Handball to space. Good work, Norton. Trying to break through there was the North Launceston player who got one high.
Manchandon.
It was Will Manchandon as he gets up to number 13. And he's only 25 or maybe 30 metres out, just right of centre. And what a start this is for North Launceston. They've hit the contest hard here in this first couple of minutes. And they've got a chance for their second goal.
He's a terrific player, Will Manchandon, very crafty, especially up forward. But he is vertically challenged, Max, and a bit like those Hawthorn small forwards, you've got to tackle him on the hips.
So we need to call him the Wizard.
He's got a little bit of wizard about him.
Okay, the Wiz.
Probably not as much carry on. He's a bit more reserved than the Wiz.
Will Manchandon for the second goal for North Launceston. Goal umpire does not move. 2 on the board for the Bombers. Inside 3 minutes here at UTAS Stadium. They lead 2 goals straight 6. Clarence yet to score.
And you're right with the tackles there, Mako, like as Manchandon comes off now. I don't know why. It's 3 minutes in and the ball's been down there. He's one kick, one goal, and you come off for a spell. But anyway, that's the way modern footy is. But
One of the mysteries.
It is one of the big mysteries. You wouldn't be getting me off there, Mako, at that stage after you just kick one. But yeah, look, he was probably a little bit unlucky not to get a free kick just before that as well. But the umpires out there today are in a lot better position than what we are.
They are.
As they were yesterday too.
Well,
yeah,
interesting.
Talk about different
we might
leagues.
talk about that at some stage today. Yeah, those that joined us yesterday. We'll do it now. Those that joined us yesterday, Max, for the Lilydale versus Old Scotch game. I was very surprised at the backlash against the umpires, but there's been a bit going on there. Lilydale not happy at all, which is interesting. He's back to Norton, lucky not to throw it out. It's going to come back to the centre circle. So those of us watching on the live stream today, we are also on the radio. So we do tend to call a little bit more than what we would do if we were just doing the live stream, trying to paint the picture for our radio listeners. The ball goes forward Clarence's way. Josh Green comes out, but Simpson's there. Comes out wide to the evergreen Avent. So Jack Avent, far side of the ground here at UTAS. Someone's gone down off ball.
Jack Dolliver.
Interesting. Hit up lead. Good effort there from Jack Ahern. Good to see him back, force his way back into the side late in the season. Bennett could have been held. Umpire said no, it goes out of bounds inside the forward 50 for Clarence.
Josh Green, last year I think it was it Lindisfarne that he kicked
Yes.
100?
Yeah.
Or close, very close to it. So
No, he did, I
certainly,
think. Yeah, my word.
yeah, so
Won
he
a
certainly
premiership.
knows where the goals are. And
Oh.
good to have him back playing. No, it's the last year at TSL, but be interesting to see whether he stays at Clarence again next year in their Premier League.
Spent a lot of time in the under-18 program around it. He's one of the better under-18s I saw. Midfield forward, he just influenced games so much in his junior days. Here's Cox Goodyear. Talk about influence. He comes out the back to Dave Summers. That goes out of bounds. So not a great start there. And it goes out of bounds on the centre wing.
Macca will be keeping an eye today on the Geelong Falcons versus Tasmania Devils in
Yeah,
the
the
Coach
girls'
League
team.
Talent Girls Finals. Quarter final action there. Gets underway in just under 5 minutes. So we'll keep our listeners and viewers up to date with that one. There's also NWFL finals this afternoon as well.
There's Burnie versus Ulverston, who caused the upset last week.
And a lot of, I know, STJFL Grand Finals 2 down at North Hobart Oval today in the girls, the SFLW.
Yep.
And the girls down there. So a lot of Grand Finals there as well. So the ball keeps going out of bounds on the full on the far side. Players not allowing for that cross breeze. Hopping the fence there is Keegan Wiley to retrieve the footy. So it's centre wing. A couple of goals to North Launceston early. It's a long way to go in this contest, of course.
Interesting, good question from one of our great listeners and fellow commentators over the year. Blair Brownless just made contact. When was the last time North Launceston lost a game here, Foz?
Yeah, would have been last season, I reckon. Yeah, we'll have to look that one up.
Look that one up, Max, please.
Wasn't this year, though? Wasn't this year?
Hasn't been this year, my word.
Out it comes, pumped inside 50 by Paprotny, only as far as Theo Ives, who comes out and takes the mark, plays on the right foot, spots up, Cox Goodger, handball off to Summers, spot up kick here to Aven on the wing, on the defensive side, handball straight away to Griffiths. That's the tactics, to move it on at all times. Griffiths close to the boundary line, chugs there. Good ball from behind there from Howard. Out of play. Right half forward now for North Launceston. And Dave Gruber, our statsman, who I didn't introduce earlier, does a great job for us every week. We've got 3 inside 50s to Clarence, 2 to North Launceston. 2 for 2 goals so far. We've got a boundary throw in. And a group of hardy spectators over there in the drizzling rain at iUTAS Stadium. So much rain in the last couple of weeks, but the Oval has come up a treat. Lee with the tap, straight towards the boundary line. Pitt, who was also under an injury cloud coming into this game from last week's Devils game, he sees it over the boundary line. Boundary umpires today, Brendan Cook, Noah Jackson and Brodie Lang. And our goal umpires, Max Genders and Josiah Gates. So congratulations to all those umpires umpiring in the finals. Always a great honour. Holmes with the tap, and that will be over the boundary line once again.
A lot of play on that far side at the moment, Dave, and obviously the wind is blowing to the eastern side of the ground there, but it's certainly not enough to restrict the play all to be played on that side. But, I'd like to see a bit over here. We'll put the binoculars down so we can actually watch the footy.
Stuck to my hand at the moment as ball comes in. Here's a chance to clear it. Handball to space. Over the back here, chance for Harry Elmer. Back from the Devils today. He's got it. Tries to break a tackle. Made the play. And that'll be a ball up, just the defensive side of the centre.
Got an answer for Blair Brownless. It was round 19 last year. The Tigers beat North Launceston here by 5 points, and before then it was round 1 where Launceston caused an upset in last season's round opener. So season opener. So there are, Blair. A couple of times in the last 2 years. That's it. So Clarence are up against it in terms of the home ground advantage. Here comes the ball forward, looking for Paprotny. So he's going to take the free kick, Paprotny.
Pitt.
Just on the centre square, yes, Foz?
Yeah, Pitt late hit on Keegan Ryan.
He's known for that a little bit, Pitt. He plays right on the edge, even as a 19-year-old. He plays right on that edge of and is known at times to give away a little free kick in a couple of afters. So ball goes inside 50, but it goes out of bounds right forward pocket. Off the boot off Paprotny. Bryce Alomes can be dangerous, Max. He's kicked his 32 goals for the year. Good size. Mitchy Nicholas giving away a little bit of height there. But we'll be looking to run off him. Here's the ball up. Alex Lee at the front. Cox Goodger first touch of the footy. Goes through there to Connie Young, as we mentioned, playing back today. Here's Griffiths, just takes the advantage. Caelan Matthews can't take it. Well done in defence by Cleary. Caelan Matthews, really good follow-up tackle. Pressure on Tom Cleary. There's going to be a ball up centre wing in front of the interchange boxes here at iUTAS, where the scoreboard reads 2 goals 0-12 for North Launceston. Clarence yet to score, 9.5 minutes gone. Here's the captain of the commentary team, Dave Moore.
Clarence have just steadied since that early onslaught from North Launceston. They kicked 2 goals in 3 minutes. We're now near the 10-minute mark without any further score. Great opportunity for Caelan Matthews Macca. He's a late inclusion for Blade Sulzberger, a young player that kicked 5 on debut this year against Glenorchy.
And had a good day down at Kingborough the other week as well in the game. Kicked a handful. I think you saw him kick a few at North Hobart, was it?
Yep.
As well.
Alomes now wins it. Left foot towards half forward. Max Roney's there. Good thump forward there by Bennett. Glover takes it. Gets a handball release now to Preshaw. They go forward. Searching kick here, looking for Harper. It's Jared Harper. Done well though from Connor Young. He kicks up the wing. A little bit of a push and shove. Lee and Holmes. Falls here to Lee. Round the corner kick. Couldn't be taken there by Beerley. Falls to Matthews. Players fumbling the greasy ball. Bealey did okay to Norton, who got thumped by Stingle. Ball contested. Bealey went in hard. State representative this year, James Bealey. Kick smothered there from Roney.
Yep. Yes, Max.
I just love the way there when Stingle gave it to Baxter Norton, sat him on his bum. Great stuff. He got him down. Just had a little sly look over the shoulder to make sure he was going to get up afterwards.
Here we go now. Holmes wins the tap. Through the legs of Paprotny. Kick forward by Elmer. Bouncing footy. Cleary leads Matthews to the ball. Torpedoes it to half forward.
Half forward. Tried to be cut off there by the North Launceston defender in Ives. He's now sat on. Looking at the stats during the week, Max, doing the homework as we do, Clarence are a very good, or as good a stoppage side as North Launceston. North Launceston handball the ball a lot more than Clarence on that spread. So that's what we're going to look at today. Keep the clearances. If they can make these North Launceston defenders defend one-on-one and really make them defend and not get that spread and matching the clearances, who knows. Here's a clearance for North Launceston. Off the boot of Cox Goodgy to A-Vent. Stingle caught. Could have been holding the footy. Lucky to get away with it. Here's Nicholas. Feeds it back to Cox Goodger. Here's a left foot cannon. But it's wide. He's hit the wrong target. And it goes out of bounds again. There's been a few of them, Dave Gruber, on the stats. No doubt he's keeping that one. At least 3, maybe 4.
Clarence winning the hit-outs early, which is significant too, Macca, but the clearance is going to North Launceston as Howard. Short kick into Jack Preshaw. Just has a little fumble, but takes the ball. Tough midfielder, Jack Preshaw. Goes backwards to the defensive 50. Keegan Wiley. He kicks to the centre of UTAS Stadium looking for Norton. Overcooks the kick, straight in the lap there of Bales. He handballs. Reeled in there by Nash. Nash inside 50. Target is Ahern. Has to spoil from behind. Ball is loose, Liam. Howard dives in. And we'll get a stoppage 30 metres out.
They just sweat on that one, Max. North Launceston. You saw Bales. They just sort of let him go, and then Bales just cannon into that centre square. As soon as that kick was there, it was like, yep, have a go at it if you want. Yep. But it's going to cost you.
Lee with the tap. Out towards the pocket. Ahern's there. Following him to the ball is Fletcher Richards, the young devil. He lays the tackle. Now a high tackle. So it's going to go the way here of Ahern. High tackle right on the boundary line. Going to be a tough shot underneath the scoreboard. The footer.
Interesting call, Max. It looked as though the first one was high.
The first one, yeah, must have been allowed the first bit. When they've gone to ground, he's obviously grabbed him around the throat.
Ahern, left foot snap. And top of the goal square. Ball spills free. They work it out. Chain of handballs. Hanslow involved. He gets it back to Tyson Hanslow. Had a great season. Now to Jack Preshaw. Long to Josh Green on the boundary. Fumbles slightly. Gets it back to Preshaw. They've done it all by hand here, Clarence. They're cornered now. Little handball over the top. They might turn it over, but they did gain some territory there pretty well out of defence. And they're now at left half forward. And it's going to be a boundary throw in.
They'd be happy with that, Dave. Like a series of probably 8 to 9, run and receive and carry handballs, gone from the back pocket to the half forward flank. So they'll take that as a win.
Boundary throw in. Railway side of this iUTAS Stadium. Right underneath the side of the Eastern Terrace. The Sun's trying to poke through. He's Roney. Caught. Got the handball away. Mitchie Nicholas on the left. He'll look to take yards. He does. He kicks to grass. Out in front. They get it though, Clarence, and they go back the other way. Scrubby kick. Bales, good offence, not being able to take the mark there. The Clarence forwards, and now Chug goes the other way. He's got the Polly Kubank on. Ignores him. No, he doesn't. He goes short. He lowered the eyes right at the last minute. He was looking long, but the Polly Kubank just did the cut through. And Ollie the Polly Kubank, the devil from down at Ulverston, is going to have a shot at goal.
Just that rebound off half back, Max.
Yeah, it was, and Peter Ryan, the Clarence coach, would be trying to work out a way to stop Harry Bales. He's been quite influential in this first 10 to 12 minutes.
Well, he's playing on the wing and just sort of playing defensive winger. Just keeps cutting them off. Here's the Polly Kubank. It looks not great off the boot at the West's right side. Just made the distance, in fact. Maybe that's a sign of that breeze. But it's the first behind. 2-1-13, North Launceston. Clarence yet to score. 15 minutes gone. Clarence just needs something on the scoreboard.
I'm about to go on a rant in a minute, Macca.
Okay.
Stand by.
Righto.
It's Keegan Wiley from the back pocket.
Rant. Alert.
Up the wing. Oh, that's Dolliver with the first grab. Couldn't take the second. Matthews with a kick. Fumbled there by Norton. Contested footy, picking it up into Polly Kubank. He couldn't. Jack Preshaw's had a lot of it early. He gets it away. Here towards Gapin. Gapin, long sweeping kick here looking for Borsboon. Lockie Borsboon. It's a handball away now to Glover. Glover on the left foot. Inside 50. Here's a big chance. Jasper Hayes from behind. In front though, Bennett. Roving is Green. Here's a bit of Josh Green magic. Look out, look out! Oh, what a goal! Josh Green, what a team lifter! That's all experience there and class from the boundary line. Joshua Green. Oh, that's a season highlight for me, that goal.
That's Josh Green at his best. He just turned them inside out and just check-sided it, sort of snapped it. It wasn't meant to go that way and just got a really kind bounce. There it goes. And it goes through. Good contest, Jasper Hay, the youngster from the Devils.
Yep.
He's not a known forward. He plays ruck mainly, a basketballer by trade more so than footballer. Terrific under 16. He played Devils this year. Just has to keep just contesting like he did there, Max.
He did, and another goal that started off half back. As soon as they had control of the ball there, Borsboon got on his bike out to the wing.
They had the whole side open, didn't they? The whole side.
Yep. Couldn't get around onto his preferred right foot, but flicked that handball off. And ball came down to half forward and Green done the rest.
Well, that's beating North Launceston at their own game, which is normally they do. Can we have the rant?
I'm not in the mood anymore. I'm out of the mood. No, it's coming though.
Righto.
No 5-second delay.
I wasn't worrying about the Josh Green goal. I just wanted to hear the rant. Here we go. Noah Holmes. Bear hugged by Alex Lee. They get the ball down the front. Here's Avent. Inside 50. Griffiths. Right there on his tail is James Beerley. As we mentioned, good contest. Caleb Matthews with pace. Fletcher Richards puts the pressure on him. He comes back inboard with the handball. They go again, trying to feed it out by handball. Richards on the end of it. Richie Nicholas first there. Could have been taken high the other way. Umpire says no.
That was a strong tackle over the top, trying to pick up who it was.
60 metres from goal.
Jack Preshaw, I like his game so far. He's just a real tough-bodied midfielder. He's up against Stingler. That's going to be a really important contest. He's wearing him like a glove at the moment.
Here's the ball up. There's a little one on the palm for Noah Holmes. Another good tackle on Jack Dolliver. He was frustrated before Jack Dolliver playing at half forward. He had his opponent beat. They just couldn't get the ball to him when they went in that centre corridor. It's going to be a blood rule. Good opportunity
Okay, I'm watching the Geelong versus Tasmania quarter-final in the girls here.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, the Devils are behind early, 15-0. It's being played on the most windswept suburban cow paddock I have ever seen.
Shipley Oval.
The top team is playing Geelong at Dandenong on a windswept suburban cow paddock.
Who's the top team?
Need the roof then, Dave.
The Devils? No.
What do you mean the Devils?
And here today there was
What do you mean the Devils are the top team? What do you mean?
On
the ladder?
Yes.
Where did the Devils finish?
Let me finish.
Oh.
And we had a free spot here before this game. Beautiful surface. I don't tell you about airfares and talent spotters and things. They can watch the screen. But that ground is a disgrace. I'll name it up. Anyway, back to the action here.
Oh, have a listen to that, Andrew Dillon.
It's ball near the boundary line.
He took on the NTFA yesterday, that grounds, and today he's gone even higher. He's gone to the top brass.
Roney gets it to Bales, back to Roney. Gets the handball away, back to Bales. Handball over the top here to Lee. Now to Pitt. Comes undone. Clarence putting the pressure on. The normal reliable skills of North Hodgins falling down there. Now Lee kicks it inside 50. The leading out take a mark is young Max Gapin. He's had a bit of involvement early. Goes wide here looking for a Loams who's drifted up. Measures the kick here. Finds Howard. Howard throws it on the boot. Not a great kick. 1-on-1 there. Bennett and Green. What a match-up that is. Picking the ball up there is Daniel Cooney, young devil. Good handball to the advantage of Green. Coming in his Hanslow. Can't take the ball with him. Bennett tackled by Hanslow. Gee, the tackling is fierce here from the Roos. And this is a good contest now. After an early flurry from North Launceston, it's really evened up.
As the rain comes down. I've said it before, Fox, just on your rant. Our kids in Tassie are so lucky for the stadiums. We've got Penguin, they've got here at iUTAS, they've got the Twin Overs, they've got Clarence, Belrive. So lucky. But yes, it is about that competition, Fox, the Coach League.
Summers now to Roney. Roney will clear off half back for North Launceston.
Max Roney goes short, been in good form for the Devils, averaging high 20 possessions. If you let him run and let him use the footy, he'll be damaging. Max Roney, they go through Pitt. Give it over the top to Simpson. Here is Roney with that run. The Devils are used to these conditions last week after playing down in Hobart on a windswept, rainy, muddy round down at Kingston. Here's Alex Lee. Can happen anywhere, Foz.
This is a starting to agree with me.
Alex, the listeners.
And viewers.
And the viewers. Foz has got contacts in high places. Bradley Coxgood is going to get the free kick. 60 out from goal, even beyond him into a breeze. He wheels on that left, goes forward, tips it up. Here's Mitchell, the goal kicker already. If this bounces over the top, it could go through. It doesn't. Rush through for a behind near side. 2-2, 14 North Launceston. Clarence 1 goal, 21 and a half minutes gone. Fozzie's now getting his mind back on the TSL.
Keegan Wiley from defence. Sums up his options here. Not sure where to go. Now he's invited to play on by the umpire. Goes wider. Nicholas front position. On the far side of the ground, the ball escapes Glover. He sees it over the boundary line.
Rain's coming down very heavily now, listeners. You can't hear it or see it on the radio, but if you're watching on the stream, it's there, it's real, and it's slippery.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For your LPG needs statewide, talk to locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61.
Don't tell me there's wind-swept, rainy conditions here in Tasmania as well, Max.
At least the surface is good. Look at that surface at Shepley Oval.
Might look worse.
That is absolute disgrace.
They have droughts over there. They haven't got the...
You're making excuses.
I'm not making excuses, I'm just saying.
It's out of bounds, far side.
Geelong Falcons about to kick another one for us.
Bounty throw in. Lee and Holmes going at it. It's going to be a fantastic contest all day. Looking at the stats there. Clarence leading with outs 13-10 in the early days of this game. Been played 22 and a half minutes. Lee with the tap close to the boundary line. It's half time. Please stay with us because we're going to reminisce a little bit. It's probably the last time this team might be together for a TSL game.
Well, if North Launceston win, this is my last TSL
exactly.
broadcast.
So we're going to look at our favourite moments that we've covered in the last 11 years covering the TSL games here.
I'm out of contract after the day, Max.
Lee hits towards the attacking 50 for North Launceston. Nicholas, little kick. Shannon's there. Gapin, good mark. And Max Gapin takes a strong mark for Clarence.
Great Tassie footy name, the Gapin. Name at Clarence. Here it comes out wide, yes, my word. Matty Gapin. Matty's boy. Richards. And in fact, Borspoon goes back defensively. Trapped in here at the moment. Comes back this way to Borspoon. So Lachlan Borspoon, talented cricketer, as well as footballer at Clarence. There's that rain. It's just coming down. Harper goes wide. Another out of bounds. Far side of the ground. That's going to be a battle. Showers around for long, Fozzle?
Yes, the radar. I think it's going to be on and off for most of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah. So boundary throw in, far side of the ground. Been a good battle so far in the ruck between Holmes and Lee. Ball up. Pushes him out of the way, does Holmes. Comes down the front there to Jack Preshaw. Umpire's going to pay a free kick. It's going to go Clarence way, and there's some Bronx cheers from the supporters.
Jack Preshaw.
It is Jack Preshaw. He comes down narrow side, though, not a great kick at all.
They're having trouble kicking the ball over there, aren't they? North went, 2 out of bounds on the full.
They obviously
four
don't want to go long and deep with the North on his defence, but the problem is it's wet and they're not going to be able to take many defensive marks today. So I just think they're probably not going as direct as they could in these conditions.
Stingle worried out of it. And it's free kick though. It's going to come back to Stingle.
Yeah. Like, you've got to get that in. Get it on the deck. Josh Green goes to work.
Inside 50 so far. It's pretty even. 8 to North Launceston, 7 to Clarence. In the driving rain, Michael Stingle on the far side. Handballs him out of Nicholas. Now Nicholas got a bit of time to sum up his options. Kicks to the pocket, looking for the dangerous Griffiths. Can't quite take it with him. And it's out of bounds right in front of the scoreboard, which reads North Launceston 2 goals, 2-14. Clarence Roos, 1 goal straight, 6, 25 minutes gone, close to quarter time here at UTAS Stadium.
Just found a score here, Dave, down the coast in the Colts, which would be the first semi, I reckon, for them. Latrobe 40, Penguin 33. Looks like it was played at West Park Oval. Very, very windy there, Dave, and muddy.
Ball spills out to Cox Goodjay. Can't quite take it within. Good pressure from Wiley. Back now to Nicholas. Pumps it inside 50. Off hands of Ahern. Oh, that's not Shannon this time. Not sure the player took it was. He got tackled heavily.
Long way away.
Yeah, it is Declan Chuck. It's hard to see now in this rain and gloom.
It's as heavy as it has been now.
Absolutely. So we've got ball up. Get you the next stoppage, Macca, as up it comes. Lee close to the boundary line. And another ball up.
Oh, good. I was just going to take over the commentary while you give the Geelong Tassie score.
Yeah, look, Geelong 22 Tassie 0, but first quarter, so we'll see what happens.
That's the way the wind's going.
Well, look at that kick there. I'd say yes.
Yeah, that's gone out of bounds. The umpire might pay the free kick he's going to. It's going to be a North Launceston free kick because they have to jump the fence. Willman Shannon's going to take it. About 30 out by the time he kicks it on the boundary right in front of the scoreboard here at North Launceston. Of course, yesterday, 8 minutes into the last quarter, we had a power outage due to a pole fire in Invermay it wasn't anything to do with the ground here.
You had to commentate by phone for the last quarter.
Something to put in the book, Foz, in the memoirs. Yep. So here we go. Man Shandon, tucked away on the boundary. He can do this sort of thing, the little wee man. Willman Shandon sits it to the top of the square. Who's going to fly? Richards over the top with the punch. Cox Goodyear tries to go off the deck and is punched through 4-0 behind. Good effort there from Tom Cleary.
Experienced player Tom Cleary, Macca. He's spent some time at Launceston and Glenorchy.
Yes, my word. Did.
Short kick out from Wiley. He's doing a lot of hard work back there. Norton, big pardon, Howard's got it. Goes sideways to Richards in the back pocket. So Richards now with the 45, kick straight to Declan Chug.
Just mucking around with it, Clarence.
So Chug off to Cox Goodyear, throws his head back as he kicks it out of bounds on the full. So they're scoring a few opportunities here, North Launceston. They kicked 2 goals in 3 minutes, Max, and it's dried up since then.
Yeah, it certainly has, but they'd be happy with those 2 goals into that little bit of breeze. Chris will be able to share with us as to how much influence it has when we get back during the quarter time. But a really positive start for North, and like I say, it's dried up in the last 25 minutes, but they've sustained Clarence from kicking too much as well. Sustained.
It'll do. Dom Pitt fumbles, kicks towards half-forward as Paprotny. Glover, sprawled over the back by Roney. Good recovery there, Elmer. Trying to weave out there, his man Shannon did really well back to Elmer. Now to Bennett. Slipping over there with Summers. They've got reinforcements though. It's Elmer again. 3 involvements in that passage of play. And falls in lap of young Gapin, who's been really good back there in this first quarter. He takes a mark inside defensive 50.
Max Gapin. It's going to go short again. It's got to be good. It goes out of bounds. Far side of the ground. Geez, they're hugging that boundary every time Clarence get the opportunity. They just don't want to come back in. The only time they wanted to, they turn the ball over back into the centre square.
3 intercept marks in the first quarter for Max Gapin.
Good effort, young Maxwell. Boundary throw in. Lee and Holmes do battle again. Comes down the front, unable to do anything. As Tyler Henslow back inside 50. Comes through. Another dangerous position, but it goes out of bounds.
It's been in that quadrant of the ground, I think, for about the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes, the binoculars are up. Boundary umpire in front of the scoreboard. Can't be long left. 29.5 minutes gone here. Semi-final action. North Launceston looking for a home ground. Grand final. Undefeated this season, 2024, 18-0. Pressure on. Top of the 30 metres out to Poley. Kubank there. Can't take it. Good tackle pressure. Taken high. Umpire saw it.
Mitch Nicholas, I think.
Mitchy Nicholas. He's come up from half back. Just an errant tackle. Just got to go low with those tackles. It's amazing. How many just start high? They start high and end up higher. Start low, and then you've got a bit of room to make the mistake if it does slip high, Max.
and they've given away 2 or 3 frees already. This is the second shot on goal for high tackles.
Yep.
So got to watch those hips, get lower, like you're saying, Macca. It's hard in the slippery conditions, but you just got to be...
Right. Not a known goal kicker, set shot anyway. Mitchy Nicholas, 40 metres out, directly in front, pulls it on the left. He's missed a lot, in fact.
It's going to be tough to score goals today, in the evidence we've seen so far.
If they keep kicking it out on the full, it will be fun.
I can see why they don't go the hits anymore, because it's all about trying to get those arms and get them tangled up so you can't release the handball.
From the back pocket, long kick out of defence. Almost a mark there to Ives. Quick kick for by Hanslow, but it's going to fade away out of bounds in the full once again. So we'll get a relieving free kick. And Max Roney, I think, will be the recipient. Max Roney had a pretty good season with the Devils, Max. And Macca?
Yeah, no, he has. He had a bit of an injury there through the school footy with the shoulder. Missed a few games. Was disappointed he didn't get a game in the Allies. But look, his back end's been really good. He's actually been nominated for the team of the year, to be honest.
Max Roney kicks towards half forward. Nice length on that kick. Rippers! Oh, nearly takes mark of the year. Couldn't quite hang on. Here's Avent on the left foot. Gets it to the attacking 50. Trying to take the mark there was Nash from the spillage. There's Griffiths again. Out towards the Polly Kubank. Picks it up. Slams it on the boot. But they got a sweeper back there. I think it's Baxter Norton who just sees the ball. In fact, it was Howard.
What are those
sees it through from behind.
Those inside 50s now for Dave Gruber. I reckon.
Yeah, it's 12-7. I don't think Clarence have had one for a while.
They dominated the last 6 or 7 minutes. North Launceston with repeat.
Comes out to Beerley. He relieved from half back.
Beerley. They go short again. So Clarence just trying to hold on maybe till quarter time. Go even further on the side to Paprotny. But out of bounds again. Geez, they've hugged that side. I'll say it again. They've hugged it. It's gone out of bounds, out of bounds, out of bounds. Some on the full and some along the ground.
Hardly seen any player on the side of the ground so far.
No. So that is the defensive side of the ground. Will go that way, but they just don't want to bring it back in. But they've been going okay. 2-4-16 North Launceston. Clarence, 1 goal straight 6. And that is the quarter time siren, and that is the score. So a 10-point lead to North Launceston on the quarter time siren, which went 32.5 minutes. The goal kickers for North Launceston, the 2 of them, Willman Shandon and Bailey Mitchell, and Josh Green with an absolute special kick the first for Clarence.
So the fastest of all starts, Max Walker for North Launceston. 2 goals in 3 minutes. After that, it was a bit of an arm wrestle, the conditions playing a part.
Yeah, they were, Dave. Like we said, we got that first goal within the first 11 seconds of the game, and the next one followed up with Willman Shandon not that long after, and from there we got that absolute ripper from young Josh Green down in the far, south-east pocket. But a lot of the ball's been on the ground this quarter, that quarter, as you would expect with the drizzly conditions, and the ruck's been an interesting one with Grooves' hit-outs earlier. They were leaning towards Noah Holmes, and he just seems to be holding his ground quite well against Alex Lee. And
it's a difficult day to get effective hit-outs too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the conditions.
Well, it could be, but they could make it easy for themselves instead of standing there wrestling each other and take 2 steps back and at least jump at it and try and thump it forward, because the ball, there hasn't been too many real clean one-grab possessions, to slip out of the hands, bounce up, get it off the turf. We've seen half a dozen kicks off the ground as well, which you wouldn't normally see, on a dry day. So the players have adapted reasonably well, but they've also got to remember that when it's on the ground, both sides are going to just keep forcing it forward, and you've got to be prepared for that. You've got to put your body over it today to make sure that when it does come your way, you've got to, make sure you get it, because like we said earlier, there's a fair bit to play for today. Home grand final, a week off for the successful team, and that allows for a few injuries to recover and all that as well this time of year. So, overall, fairly even first quarter. North would be comfortable with what they've got. Clarence probably likewise. The wind getting up a little bit now that we see through the windsock over there next to the main scoreboard, but overall a fairly even contest.
At quarter time, the stats, thanks to Dave Gruber, our stats man, hit-outs are really even. North Launceston 15 to Clarence 14. Clearances, though, North Launceston on top there, 13-4. Inside 50s, the Bombers also doing well, 12-7. Just the 1 mark inside 50 in that quarter to North Launceston. Intercept marks, 5 to North Launceston, 3 to Clarence, all to Max Gapin, and free kicks 8 apiece. Time for a break here on City Park Radio, and time for a hot drink. Get a cappuccino from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. They're here today, just behind the grandstand. Thanks to the Manchandon family there. They do a great job at Brew Coffee Hut, a sponsor of City Park Radio. We'll take a break. The score at quarter time, North Launceston 2-4-16, Clarence 1 goal straight 6. Back in a minute or two.
Of City Park Radio.
Attention eco-conscious shoppers. Make a difference while enjoying the freshest, healthiest foods. Welcome to the Greengrocer. From organic grains and nuts to dried fruits and spices, the shelves are stocked with the finest bulk goods, catering for all dietary requirements. Ready for you to scoop, weigh and enjoy. Bring your own containers to help minimise waste. Stop by the Greengrocer at 67 George Street today. Together we can nourish our bodies and protect the earth. Deliveries Australia-wide available through their website. At the Greengrocer, it's not just shopping, it's a lifestyle. The Greengrocer, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
As a proud sponsor of City Park Radio, Tamar Dental Lounge, just up from City Park, are delighted to offer all listeners of our community radio station a 10% discount on all denture treatments and a free consultation for all new families who visit our practice. We are a community-focused practice with a wide range of dental solutions that are tailored for your specific needs. Ask us today about our snoring and sleep-related dentistry. Yes, we have a solution for snoring. The thought of a peaceful sleep again. So call in and see us or visit our website at tamardentallounge.com.au. Tamar Dental Lounge, a proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to iUTAS Stadium at quarter time. It's North Launceston 2-4-16. Clarence 1 goal straight 6. And Chris A, you've been down to listen to Peter Ryan at the Clarence huddle.
Yes, and he wasn't happy. Actually pointed out some players who were not following the instructions either.
Okay.
There is a clear instruction to avoid the corridor and go down either wing. So they seem to be favouring the other wing, but either side they'd be happy with it. Yes, they're going to avoid the corridor, and they're just not following what they've been training for over the last 4 weeks, he said, and so he wasn't very happy. More man on man. The first 5 minutes of this quarter, they need to really pull out their stops and do better.
Any injury concerns from either team, Chris?
No, I can't see any at the moment.
And conditions down there?
It's sort of drizzly rain, as we said. Misty rain, but also the wind is swirling. The wind comes and goes, and when it comes, it is quite strong.
Okay, very blustery down there. Thanks, Chris Sayer on the boundary. So it's a 10-point lead at quarter time. Second quarter action here at iUTAS Stadium, City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Thanks to our sponsor, Elgas. Here's Matthew McGee.
Lee and Holmes. Lee gets that one with the left-hand fist. Out of mid-air is Cox Goodger. Inside 50. Here comes Caelan Matthews. Falls over. Need to keep the feet. Hard to do so today, though. Is Cox Goodger following up his work. They call for ball on DePaul Kubank. That's going to no. In fact, it isn't DePaul Kubank. Bo Nash. And he's going to come up with the footy and give it to the umpire. Ball tapped forward. Clarence coming inboard. Good hands up from Bryce Alomes. Here's Josh Green. What a goal in the first quarter. That's a highlight in itself. They now go by hand. Dolliver over the top there to Daniel Cooney. Inside 50, Jasper Hay outmarked. Good effort there from the North Launceston defender, Theo Ives, as I got the binoculars up. Thanks, Foz. Daniel Cooney, another inside 50. They've taken the mark, have they? Yes, it's going to be paid. That's a great mark there to Jared Harper. So Harper takes the mark in front of the scoreboard.
Different role for Jared Harper this year, Amaka. He's been an on-baller in previous years, but now very much a forward player this year with the occasional time in the centre. So he's been kicking a few goals here and there.
We saw how hard it was for Mitchy Nicholas from that, from Willman Shannon from that position in quarter one. Let's see what happens here. Harper starts it on the side. What's the wing going to do? It's going to push it. It's going to push it out of bounds.
Yeah, just about every shot for goal, Max, has gone out to that side, hasn't it?
Yep, certainly. From deep in that pocket, they're not allowing for much error rate, are they? They're about 3 out of bounds on the full there, I would have thought, from set shots already.
From the kick in, it's going to be Harry Bales in the back pocket. He kicks long. Well, good work there from DePauli Kubank. He took the ball nice. He gets it chug. Back to DePauli Kubank on the boundary line. Kicks up here forward. Front position, Cleary. Couldn't take the mark. It's wrestled there with Matthews. They dive back in again. Cleary got the ball out. Matthews lays a tackle. It's still loose now. Comes out to Jack Preshaw. Handball's backwards. They can work it out here to James Beerley. Handball now to Norton. So Norton takes a bounce. Comes back to him. Short kick. Chance here now. Keegan Ryan throws it on the boot to Jasper Hay. Now, it might be a free kick down the ground, is it? Or did the whistle go early for the mark?
No, the umpire that was in the half-back flank actually called that one.
Right.
So it was after he got rid of it, Foz, so it's going to be down the field.
Jasper Hay is looking for a handball, gives it to Big Noah, kicks it inside 50. Big fly from behind. Might have been Al Holmes. From the front now, Harper ups for goal. It falls in the lap, though, there of the defender in Fletcher Bennett. Bennett, wide kick, too wide, out of bounds.
You can see even with that little one there, though, they hit the spot 20 metres out from goal. At least it creates a bit of confusion, Max, doesn't it? Creates a little bit of confusion.
Geelong Falcons 29, Tasmania 8. Tassie with the breeze in this second quarter.
Puts everyone under pressure there, Macca, in situations like that. So the confusion's there and the little bit of chaos ball to throw in with it.
From the boundary throw in, Lee with the tap. And now we've got a whistle on play for a high tackle. It's going to go Clarence's way. He'll come here to Jack Preshaw, who's had the job on Stingle and has done very well so far. It's a kick now to Norton. So a bit of possession here for Clarence. Inside 50, Green. Oh, it's a good mark. Is it paid? No. I thought he took it. Right foot. He's arguing with the umpire. Holmes almost takes the kick from Green. Now Holmes again swings it to the full forward area. Hay there at the front. Oh, gee, that's well roved. There by, I think that was Cooney.
Yep.
He couldn't pick it up, or he couldn't keep hold of it. And now it's going to be a ball up. No, holding the ball against Jack Preshaw this time.
It's okay for Josh Green to argue and carry on, but he needed to go to that next contest and put pressure on Foz.
Absolutely. Kicks in the centre of the ground. Up here now to Liam Howard. Howard takes the footy, tackled straight away by Elmer. So Elmer now. Clarence kick it inside 50. Cox Good just got it. Just gets a kick away from the tackle of Jack Preshaw. Took hold. Kicks it to the wing. Chug leads out. Up there against Borsboom. Sees the ball out of bounds.
Another goal to Tasmanian girls, Foz.
Yep. So 2-2-14. Trailing Geelong 4-5-29 in the quarterfinal there.
They've got the wind on the blustery Dandenong Shipley Oval, Max.
Yep. Atrocious conditions there.
Looks nice now. The sun's out. Oh.
The surface is terrible.
Mud's dried up.
Actually, have you been over to many of those Coates League grounds in Melbourne? They're actually all like it. It stems from the summer when they have their droughts and stuff and they just can't
excuses.
grow the grass.
Ball comes over now to Stingle. He can't pick it up. Oh, he lays a tackle. It. Player didn't have it. The free kick here to Keegan Wiley.
Tassie kids are very lucky, Foz. Very lucky.
Should have had the game here this morning. Keegan Wiley. Defensive side of the wing. Short kick. Spots up Borsboom. So Clarence having a good first 5 minutes of this quarter, but they haven't hit the scoreboard. Neither team has. We haven't had a score since quarter time as yet. So the kick now, wide. Jasper Hay flies from behind, makes the contest, takes the footy, handball smothered, chugs in there. Out it comes to Stingle, breaks free, Funny old kick towards the centre circle. Bouncing ball. Bailey Mitchell does well with the body. Handball's here to Man Shannon, who's tackled by Gapin. Got it high.
It was a good tackle though, Dave, because he slowed the ball down. They're no out then if you let him keep going with it.
Man Shandon, short now. Here to Nash. He can play on. Go inside 50, looking for Chug. Gee, that was well played there. That was Cleary with the spoil. Comes back to Chug. Now to Nicholas. Leans back and a kick to Matthews. Can't take the mark. And will be held up there by Liam Howard. Ball up 20 metres out from North Launceston goal. Inside 50s this quarter. Clarence 5, North Launceston 3. Matthew McGee.
Talk about the Coach League, Foz. Oh, I'll get to it in a moment. Ball up, forward pocket. Matthews palms it down Clarence's way, though. Well done on the take out there from Bealey. They fly at the footy, push in the back. It's going to go Clarence's way, and it's going to go to Jack Dolliver. So Dolliver, inboard, Proprotny. This is what they've just got to do here now, link up. That's a nice kick. Coxgood just going to put the pressure on. Baxter Norton, and he does, coming the other way. Done well there is Elmer. Taken in the tackle, off half-back Simpson, inside 50. Matthews flies, can't take it. Down they come, short. There is Man Shandon. Taken on the run, it's Mitchell, another one. Mitchell, Bailey Mitchell kicks his second. And there's a little bit of carry on afterwards. It might be going to be a free kick to Clarence in the centre square. Keegan Wiley ended up on his backside. Nonetheless, it's a goal to Bailey Mitchell. And they tried that kick. It was on, but Bradley Cox-Goodjamax, just with that little fingertip up, little bit of fist in, made the difference.
Yeah, it did, and just perseverance again, just kept pushing that ball forward like we spoke about at quarter time in the break. Just keep that momentum of the ball going forward to put the other side under pressure under these conditions.
And it was a free kick. Going out to Wiley.
Wiley takes the mark from kick from Borsboom. Inside 50, Harper takes the mark. He's a long way out into a breeze. So he goes back quickly, thinks about the short to Josh Green. Now he kicks long to the goal square. Jasper Hay front position. He's got a lot against him. Hits the front of the contest. Glover was there. Green was there. Neither could take it. Out comes Bennett. Shovels it forward to Young. He shovels it further forward. Wiley takes it and gets a high tackle. Pretty sure that's Keegan Wiley. I'll just wait till he gets up. Or is it Harper? It's Harper. Jared Harper working hard inside attacking 50. So he might learn from the previous shot, which was closer to the boundary line. This time he's at a 45-degree angle on the right-hand side. The man on the mark is about 35 out.
At some stage today, Max, I'd love to see Coach Ryan empty out the forward line and just put Josh Green one out inside 50. Just one out, small forward.
Yep, just get it in there quickly to him. Doesn't matter how it comes in, because he can grab it in the air. He'll work it on the ground.
Jared Harper for Clarence's second. Fades away as it's done all day. This one sneaks in from behind. 1-1-7 Clarence. North Launceston 3-4-22. 9 minutes gone in the second quarter.
I was just checking those Coach League scores from yesterday, Foz. The Rebels, who defeated the Tassie boys last week, actually beat the top side in the Geelong Falcons yesterday. So Tassie weren't far away, and it was the Dandenong Stingrays beating the Gippsland Power in the other final.
Goal to Josie Rose there. It's Geelong 5-5-35. Tassie 3-2-20. Liam Howard takes the mark and gets it now to Wiley, who's been busy. Spearing past to Green, who takes it. 2 kicks out from goal. Crowded forward line ahead.
That's it though, Foz. He's 2 kicks out from goal.
Kicks to the goal square. They fly. Getting a fist on it was Dolliver. Falls to the front of the contest to Man Shandon. Weaves his way through. Gets the hands to Stingle. It's a torpedo inside 50. Now it's a foot race. Getting back first there is Bealey. He's got support. Oh, he can't pick it up. Good pressure to Polly Kubank. Bealey did okay in the end. He kicks it straight to Griffiths. Who'll play on. He'll get to 50. Harvey Griffiths eyes the goals and misses. One behind. 3-5-23 North Launceston. Clarence 1-1-7.
If a coach was prepared to not roll up and just leave someone sitting in the 50 and make them accountable, there was an easy goal for North Launceston there. I've said it for ages that you don't all have to follow the rules and roll up the ground. If you just sit someone at the top of the 50, they must be made accountable, and that would have made Clarence rethink about what they were doing if that went straight to a North Launceston player.
Well, that's your anti-density rule that they play in the Coach League. You've got to have 2 inside 50 at the stoppages. Actually tried to bring that into the local footy here last week, the junior footy. In the under-16s.
It's in the local footy all season, Matthew.
Well, interesting that it was paid in the grand final a few times.
Bealey shorts it up now to Gapin.
Got them 2 goals.
Gapin on the wing. Kicks it now to Borsburn. Good possession footy here from Clarence. Plenty of vocal support there now to Hanslow. Hanslow kicks straight to Fletcher Bennett, intercept mark. Off now to Bales. Bales shorts it up here to Nash, drops the mark. Good work there from Jarvis Breen. We haven't seen much of him yet.
No.
But he did a good bit of work there. He's up against a couple of Northern Bombers players.
Yeah, good young mover, Jarvis Breen. There's not much of him. He probably could be riding at Elwick. That's how small he is, but I'll tell you what, he can run. It looks like he might have taken some time now on Manshannon. It's a good match-up there. Noah Holmes, kick forward. What can they do? Harper contest. Josh Green over his head. There is Manshannon defensively now. It's a Jarvis Breen, another devil.
Hutchins School.
Hutchins School, yeah, state rep as well. Nice mover, good user of the footy. If he keeps his width, they could use him on the attacking side, Jarvis Breen. You won't see him in the contested footy much, but can definitely hurt you on the outside. So it looks like he is on Manshannon on that sort of wing area. Now the stoppage comes Clarence's way. Josh Green looks for it. It's not going to get to him, though. Cox Goodger, another kick on the left. Here's Griffiths, high up the ground. It's a one-on-one win. It's really important. He goes, he takes one bounce, he takes 2, it doesn't sit for him. He comes inside, he's got a handball. And it's a bit of a letdown, to be honest, because I thought he might have broken the 50 and had a shot, but that second bounce in the slippery conditions just went nowhere. And now they've been held up. It's 40 metres from goal.
It's a good match-up, Bealey and Griffiths, 2 state players there. And Griffiths, I think it's been pretty even, those 2 so far.
Been good.
Got him inside out, then the way he turned him.
Cox Goodger goes to knees, nearly taken high. Here's the Poli Kubank on the snap. It's going to be a mark. Is it Mitchell? No, he's taken the ground. Yes, trip. So that was the second one. It was the trip on the second one. The Clarence supporters down below us are headless. There was a little touch of the ankle, Foz. I'm talking little touch of the ankle. It stopped his momentum mighty for a minimal second, and it was there. And Mitchell, he's been the goal kicker.
Move.
What an inspired move, Dave Moore.
From Adrian Smith to moving forward.
Yeah, probably playing the Leary role, to be totally honest. So Mitchell, he's kicked 2. Now looking for his 3rd. A coaching masterstroke. He's got 3 before half-time. I reckon I haven't seen every North game, but I reckon he's played minimal minutes, Foz. Minimal minutes forward. Of course, his brother, Lockie Mitchell's one of the suspended players today. But they've got 3. And, he's got 3. North Launceston have now got 4. 4-5-29. North Launceston, Clarence 117. Alarm bells for the Rouge yet, Max?
No, not yet, Macca. It's a long way to go in this contest yet, but they'd be a little bit concerned in, the damage that the small forwards are doing, and Harvey Griffiths is working his way up the ground, and he works so hard on the way back too. You work up the ground, but he also twist and get back.
He's got good endurance.
Yeah, he has got good endurance, and probably unlucky that second bounce didn't come back to him, because he would have probably had a goal on the board for himself.
Great tap, Holmes to Norton, who gets a high tackle, free kick. Tackle laid there by Lee. Slipped high on Norton, right in the centre circles. So a chance here for the Roos to kick it inside 50. They do. Nice long kick from Norton. It'll bounce in space. They can't extract it there. Tempting to is Cooney. He lays a tackle. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Ball up 20 metres out. Holmes takes it. Tries to do a Hawkins. Can't do so. Ball spills again. Green crashes through. Bennett might have been legged. Out to Young. Out of bounds. And a bad injury at Shepley Oval. One of the Tassie girls went down there. It's been a bit of a delay. I think she might have got up okay. It's Geelong 36, Tasmania 20. Bounty throwing next to the left behind post. With Clarence deep in attack. Trailing by 22 points. Lee taps it out. Sharkdo by, that was Proprotny, I beg your pardon. Keegan Ryan with a kick sideways. Taken by Simpson. Kicks up the wing. Skidding ball out of bounds.
Another one on that far side. We should have been set up our commentary box over there,
Yes.
up in the top stand there, the eastern stand. I don't know how Grooves would have liked it, but we'll see how we go. It does. I do enjoy watching footy from over on that side, whether it's the AFL or the local footy when I can. Normally when the sun's out, Max.
Great spot.
Great spot over there. A lot of play does go that side of the ground.
It does. Boundary umpires are earning their money over there today as well.
Boundary throw in. Noah Holmes tats it forward. They go now, Clarence inside 50. They need a mark. They need a goal. What's going to come? North Launceston team defence. Connie Young, he's been good back there. Back into the side from injuries throughout the season. Fletcher Bennett, he's there as well. Missed the last couple of weeks himself. Theo Ives, Cox Goodyear gives it the don't argue, and it goes as far as Noah Holmes.
Holmes takes the mark. 60, 70 metres out, right half forward. So they need to find some targets inside that attacking 50. He goes sideways, and the kick is overcooked. It is touched before it goes out of bounds. Kick there was looking for Baxter Norton, I think it was over there.
Yep, let off. You know, it was an easy kick too, Foz. He just had too much on it, like you said, and he was out as well. He had 5 or 10 metres, Norton, to run into the 50 and get at the top of the square.
Front position, Holmes does the tap, tries to get it there towards Dolliver. Dolliver's got it now. He swung in the tackle. Handball for the contest is Keegan Ryan, experienced player, and he will bottle it up right next to the boundary line. 17 minutes gone. You listen to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 and via the TSL live stream. How many viewers we got there, Macca?
Where do I find that, Dave?
Down
Moore?
there.
844 on the
shabby,
stream.
not too shabby.
A lot of people. There we go, up to 850.
A lot of people all around the world watching today's game.
Now, I've just had a shout out from former Clarence parent down there, Matt Dixon, who's now in Canberra. Him and his family up there. Thanks, Matt, for listening.
On the wing, trying to pick it up there is Ahern. And there'll be another boundary umpire involvement here. We've had a lot of boundary throw-ins on that side of the ground, as Max said. Just some stats quickly. We've got inside 50s Clarence 11-7 this quarter. So they've conceded 2 goals, but they've had more inside 50 action. And also clearances, Clarence leading that stat as well, 8-3.
Boundary throw in. We've said that a bit today, especially on that eastern side. Lee gets that one clearly. Declan Chugg taps it to himself. Head over it. Runs into a set of legs from the Clarence player. And the umpire says, give that one to me as well. They're earning their money.
Those stats bear out. That North Launceston backline continues to be strong, isn't it?
They do.
It's dependable week after week.
Yeah, well, I mentioned at the start of the game, looking at the stats, the Clarence clearance numbers throughout the season, even when they did play North, very similar. Just the run from behind is what North Launceston do. Here's a bit of run from behind for Clarence this time. Blake Harper, inside 50, Josh Green, sticks the mitts up, can't get it, back of the pack, James Glover, he kicks it. Clarence, that's exactly what they needed. Well done, Clarence. Well, it was run from the half back. Glover got on the end of it. It was a good contest, Max, from Josh Green, sticking the mitts up. Nearly grabbed it himself, 25 out, but they get on the end, and that's what they need. 2-1-13 Clarence, North Launceston 4-5-29.
Yeah, he did put the mitts up there, Macca, and I thought they were going to spoil themselves there a little bit. They both recovered quickly, Glover and Green, but Green sort of just put that block between him and the North Launceston opponent chasing it, and Glover was quick and clever enough to just scrub it off the ground through the middle.
I think it's pretty simple for Clarence. They've just got to keep hitting that spot.
Yep.
They just go wide or whatever, or go slow. They've got to go fast as they can, clean footy if they can, and get it to that spot where the dangerous Green and those other forwards are, because they've got the talent. They've just got to play there. Jasper Hay now in the ruck. Lee dominates though. Avent, he could have been held on to. Inside 50, they don't want to give one up here. Now the Southern Roos. It comes down to Polly Kubank, always dangerous. The little miracle machine he is. And it's going to be a ball up, 25 out from the North Launceston's goal. The lights have just come on a fraction here. A little bit of a gloomy afternoon, despite the early start.
Half time, it's Devils 21 trailing Geelong 38 at Shipley Oval.
Alex Lee out of the stoppage. Cox Goodyear finds himself forward off the ground. Soccer style, it goes left side of the post. And there's a behind. 4-6-30. They lead by 17 points, North Launceston. Clarence 2-1-13. 20 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter.
Keegan Wiley spots up Fletcher Richards. Mac has seen a bit this year in the Devils. Promising young player. He kicks up the wing, but he turns it over this time. Then it's Nicholas. Nicholas, 45, kick, he coughs it up.
That's not 15.
And it's taken by Keegan Ryan.
It's a good mark. It's not 15.
Ryan short, Hanslow, back to Ryan. Oh, has to kick under pressure, smothered by Stingle. Back to Hanslow, paddles it sideways to Blake Harper. He took on the tackle. I reckon he might be in trouble. No, says umpire Adam Hayes.
Yeah,
Ball up.
Fletcher Richards unlucky. Actually got omitted for last week's final, Foz.
Yep.
Son of Digger Richards, a Clarence Premiership player down there at Clarence in the old TSL days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Ball up.
They keep popping up, the old father-sons, don't they?
That's it.
Out of the ruck by Lee, fading away to the pocket. Mitchell there again. He can't take the mark on this occasion. There's Richards. Takes on the tackle. Does well.
Yeah, he's a really good size. Interesting also, they didn't play Mapley today. He's a really good, talented Devil player. There's an overager this year. I thought he actually played really well in the torrential conditions last week, defensively. So they've got him in the bank as well.
Lee and Jasper Hay. Jasper Hay might have won that one.
He did.
Right near the boundary line. Fletcher Richards. Straight to Lee. He kicks it out of bounds on the full. So good pressure there from the Roos. As I said, they've had a good quarter stats-wise.
Yeah, 2-2 to 1-1 for the quarter on the scoreboard. But how many inside 50s did you say?
Yeah, 12 to the Roos and 9 to North Launceston.
So they've had 2 shots at goal, really maybe 3 with an out of bounds for 12 entries.
Jasper Hay, long to the wing. Good spoil from behind there. Doing a good job was Jack Dolliver. Now here it is with number 30 there and Daniel Cooney inside 50. He finds a target. And
Glover again.
It's Glover once again. He's been busy all year up forward. Good player. And James Glover will line up for goal. Once again, that quick movement from half-back we talked
really
about.
good, wasn't it? Cooney, another Devil, good speed. These youngsters, it's one thing they all bring, young legs and plenty of speed.
Dolliver involved, Devil last year as well. Glover, left of centre, 40 out, kicks to the Invermay Park end and kicks his second goal.
Game on.
3-1-19 Clarence, North Launceston 4-6-30, margin back to 11, 23 minutes gone.
I posed the question to you a little while ago, is it alarm bells for Clarence, Max? You stuck with them. You said not yet, and now they're back to within 11.
Yeah, look, never write anyone off at the 13-minute mark of the second quarter unless it's Carlton.
I was going to say, unless it was Carlton last night, and the commentators were still giving them a chance
Absolutely.
at three-quarter time.
And big shout-out to probably the most disheartened person today, fanatical North Launceston bloke, Grant Morton.
He's sitting down there in front row of the North London Club
If
rooms.
you're listening to me, Grant, I'm really, really feeling sorry for you. Not.
Well, if North Launceston win, it'll help with the hurt that Grant would be feeling for his Navy Blues this morning. Wasn't great. Alex Lee over the top of the youngster Hay. Goes forward North Launceston's way again. Centre clearance. There's Hay, overruns it. Well done the Clarence player there in Henslow. They find a way to get forward at scrubby kick. They've got some good pace on the far side, but it's clean hands North Launceston. Out in front of Harry Elmer. Comes in and goes out of bounds. Yes, David?
Jack Dolliver, interesting player last year. He kicked a few goals for the Devils.
He's kicked 22 this year. He's kicked 22 this year, but sort of playing a little bit more behind the footy.
It's another famous Tasmanian footy name.
Dolliver.
Absolutely.
Yep. Maybe a little bit before my time, David, but I've heard it. Definitely.
It's a boundary throw in.
Sandy Bay, was it? No?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
This ball comes out here. Alex Lee, now taken by Hanslow. Some of these on balls for Clarence, starting to do pretty well out of the contests. Tyson Hanslow, fantastic year. His best year in the TSL as it spills out to Jack Preshaw.
Yep.
Who sees the ball over the boundary line.
Good contest there, Bryce Alomes. It's not really his day today, but just a good contest. Brings it to ground. Yes, Max?
Sandy Bay, I think he coached...
Ricky Dolliver we're talking about here.
Yeah, Ricky Dolliver. I think he coached at Burnie based on what I see floating around on Facebook, and coached us up at South Launceston for 1 year in the early 90s, late 80s.
Yep.
Jasper Hay is doing a fair bit of ruck work now. He wins a tap, but Clarence player tackled to a standstill. It'll be another ball up on the railway wing.
Now resides in Canberra, I think, and still has a jog around in the Masters occasionally.
Fantastic, good to see.
Yeah.
Ball flips out. Stingle tries to swing a kick forward. Taking it now is Jack Avent, does well. Speeds away from the contest, kicks up here towards the Polly Kubank. Great ball from behind by Gapin, but spills to Chug. Chug kicks into the pocket. Bailey Mitchell's there again. He's tackled well by Richards, out of bounds. So, boundary throw in. So much on the line here for the winning team. Home final in season 2024. And North Launceston been in control for most of the game. Challenge here in the latter part of the second quarter from the Roos. Probably going to play another 4 or 5 minutes based on the first quarter.
Cox Goodger giving Lee a chop out here, Foz.
Yep, Jasper Hay wins it. Spills out here towards Bailey Mitchell. Preshaw was in there. Swinging for goals. Cox Goodger! Oh, what a goal!
No.
What an absolute brilliant goal by Bradley Cox Goodger. He swung it from the boundary line, off balance, set sail for goal, and it went through. We've seen two of the best goals here today at UTAS Stadium. Josh Green and now Brad Cox Goodger.
Well, it was on the tip of my tongue then to say when he chased that ball to the boundary, he's not going to. But he did.
We are not surprised by anything that man does on the footy field here over the years, and we're going to miss him at the TSL level. Hopefully he keeps playing in the Northern Premier League, but gee, that was just all brilliance, Matthew McGee.
Well, as you said, we've just seen it over and over again. Doesn't matter which pocket it's from. It doesn't matter whether it's from 50, 60, 70 metres out on the run, set shots. Of course, he played at full forward in that famous grand final we mentioned a few weeks ago, Foz, and kicked a bag when he was on half a leg. Yeah, Alex Lee over the top again. The youngster Hayes just getting belted in the ruck. We need to get the big fella Noah Holmes back in there because North Launceston is dominating that forward stoppage now.
Smother.
And that's a good smother. That'll help.
It was a bit selfish then by Harvey Griggs then. He had Mitch Nicholas behind him screaming for the ball, but he thought he could get around the first bloke, which he did. But it was never a chance to get around the second one.
Just the youngster in Hay, though, he's just got to get his hands on the foot. He doesn't have to win it, just negate, make it a 50-50. Because Alex Lee's getting clearly hands on the ball. He does well there, though, Hay. Put the body on Alex Lee, giving away a few kilos. He does well, butters up, well done. Good work, the youngster. Jack Avent throws it back to the boundary umpire, sort of.
What does that do for Clarence Macker seeing a goal like that from a player like Cox Goodger?
Well, you get to within 11 and then he does that, and it's just, what do you do, I suppose?
Bounty throw in, and as called for by the boys, Noah Holmes now is back in the ruck. He does win the tap to himself, gets the kick forward, gets some territory. Here's Fletcher Bennett, does well on the wet, takes the ball on the right foot, back to Keegan Ryan, who takes the mark. So Keegan Ryan, he has a bit of space to play on. Always kicks a good one as the mark paid.
That's a great stretch.
You're going to have to come back as Baxter Norton was going to take the ball away as Jack Dolliver again. He's been pretty good. Jack Dolliver kicks inside 50. Alone.
There he is. Oh, pushing the back. They paid it in the back.
They paid it in the back. I was going to say it was a good contested mark. So free kick goes to Fletcher Bennett. A crucial moment there. Umpire Tom McIntyre was on the spot. So Bennett out of back pocket. Kicks towards the wing. They fly. Holmes, front position. Bit of volleyball. Gapin did okay. Gets the kick inside 50 again, and Jack Preshaw comes across and takes a strong mark. So Preshaw.
30 minutes gone, Foz.
He's going to kick it to the top of the goal square. Jasper Hay drifts back. And no mark taken. It's off hands. One behind. 3-2-20 Clarence. North Launceston 5-6-36.
Harry Bales with the kick out. Have nullified his influence this quarter, Max. Bales.
They have.
Cut off. That's a good mark.
He nullifies his own influence when you kick it to the opposition.
It's a great mark. Great. Excellent mark there for Jack Preshaw.
He's been great.
Fozzie's boy.
No, I think he's just a really good, tough footballer.
Preshaw kicks it to 12 metres out. They fly. It's going to be paid this time. It is the long arms of Alones. No push in the back on that occasion. And I still remember Jack Alomes here, Bryce Alomes here in that D-League grand final. It was a ripping grand final. He got best on ground, kicked about 5, I believe, against, was it North Launceston or Launceston? Might have been Launceston. Yeah, he was terrific that day.
Just got a message through from Ricky Dolliver. Watching the game on YouTube, Max. Great commentating.
So Bryce Alomes.
We're spread around the world, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
32 goals this year. It's a nice kick. It sneaks in. Umpire did a little bit of work. It's an important goal just before half-time. And Clarence, they get their fourth. 4-2-26. They trail again by 10 points. They're right in this, Max Walker.
They certainly are, and brings us back to 10 points, Macca, and good grab after his disappointing effort pushing the guy in the back a few moments before that. So he's redeemed himself on the scoreboard, and a good strong finish by the Clarence guys for this quarter, going to half-time with a lot of confidence.
I was thinking about the ruck duel here. Like, Noah Holmes, obviously big fella, probably needs a spell, especially on this ground. Alex Lee never spells. He's got no backup ruckman. So normally what you do is you throw Jasper Hay in when Alex Lee went off, and you might get a Kalen Matthews or something in the ruck. At the moment, if Noah Holmes needs a spell, the youngster in Hay has to go up against Lee, who gets another palm down, this time off the wing. Comes the North Launceston player, but it goes Clarence's way. Another goal here would make it really interesting. Josh Green, he goes the front spot. He's spoiled by his own teammate there in Glover. And there's the siren, entertaining second quarter. North Launceston with 3 goals, and Clarence matched that with their 3. And it's half-time here at iUTAS Stadium. North Launceston 5-6-36. Clarence 4-2-26.
Another long quarter, guys. Another 31-minute. The first one, I think, went to 30-odd. Yeah. So
a
lot of stoppages.
Conversation here, Max.
Yeah, haven't...
Both teams having a little chat as they walk off the ground.
Normally they just congratulate each other after the game, not at half-time.
Big Noah was having a bit of a chat there with Alex Lee.
Be unlike him. Anyway, North Launceston goal kickers.
By the looks of that,
the North Launceston goal kickers. Bailey Mitchell, the surprise packet with 3. Willman Shandon with a single, and Bradley Cox-Goodger with his own special. He kicked one in that second quarter. And then for Clarence, 2 to Glover, 1 to Joshy Green, and 1 there at the end to Bryce Loams.
What do you guys think? I think the game really went up a notch in that second quarter. It was a little bit down in the first quarter, a lot of stoppages, but it really opened up.
I'd probably narrow it down even to the back end of the second quarter, maybe when the fatigue started to come in. I reckon the first half of that second quarter was still a little bit dour, but then as maybe the fatigue, Clarence started to find space, I believe, and they actually started to beat North Lonnie at their own game a fraction.
Yep, just pushing the ball forward at every chance and getting it in deep, like you suggested earlier, Macca, as well. Green's got a lot busier in that last 10 minutes or so, made his opponent a bit more accountable.
Yeah, defend. So, that's right.
Yeah, yep. If you're still listening, Rick, great to get your message. If you could flick me through as to whether there is any relationship there with Jack. Is it just the name, or is he a grandson or a nephew or a whatever it might be? Let us know.
Okay, half-time stats here at iUTAS Stadium. Hit-outs, 28 to North Launceston, 26 to Clarence. Clearances, the Bombers 22 to Clarence 17. Inside 50s, Clarence 24 to 22. So interesting in that quarter, boys. Clarence had 17 inside 50s to 10. Marks inside 50, 5 to Clarence, 1 to North Launceston. Clarence had 5 marks inside 50 in that quarter. Intercept mark, and just on that, 2 marks inside 50 there to Jared Harper in that quarter. Leads that statistic. Intercept marks, 9 to North Launceston, including 3 from Fletcher Bennett and 2 from Theo Ives, with those 9 intercept marks, and 8 for Clarence. And as we mentioned, Max Gapin has had 3 of those 8 intercept marks. Free kicks, Clarence 16, North Launceston 13. So 5 marks inside 50 for Clarence in that quarter. A lot of them were quite deep. Well, not deep, sorry, shallow, close to the attacking 50.
Yeah, they haven't. What were those stats? The clearances again?
Yeah, 22 to 17 North Launceston's way.
Yeah,
so both the clearances and the hit-outs are pretty close. So that on-ball situation is a really tight contest at the moment.
It is. And a lot of those shallow clearances will be coming from that. They're under pressure. The ones that they are clearing, not getting that run and carry out of the goal square. It's just allowing it to get those out of the centre square. 2 or 3 steps, getting the ball in there in a hurried way rather than a more structured way. So that's why they're getting the shallow entries there, Dave. Whereas we know that with North Launceston, when they get the dominance of Alex Lee to the A-Vents to, today, Cox-Goodger, the other guys that are running through there, Stingle as well, they just seem to have a bit more composure and time to be able to carry the ball that 8 to 10 metres and get it in deeper to the Baleses and the Mitchells today.
Half time for a hot coffee and a mocha from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. So making hot drinks for you at the game today. You'll find them at the back of the grandstand. City Park Radio, 103.7 and 96.5. And we'll take a short break here at half time. And back in a couple of minutes to reminisce about our favourite moments of Tasmanian or TSL footy in the past 13 years. Back in a moment.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Go online, www.elgas.com.au.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
We all know that one day we'll die. But if that day came tomorrow, would your wishes be clear? Celebrate your life how you want to celebrate it. Shape your legacy. Write letters to those you leave behind and leave instructions on where things are. Don't leave loved ones guessing. Afterlife is your secure online portal where you can keep your wishes up to date as life evolves. Start saving your notes, photos and memories today at myafterlife.net. A proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
On your marks. Get set. Go.
Are you ready for the greatest show on earth?
The games in Paris, France.
Your tea shop has all the needed paraphernalia for the perfect home cuppa.
Whilst shopping in our tea shop, check out the daily specials. You'll save dollars.
Your tea shop, 101 George Street, Launceston.
A proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
Need a skin cancer specialist you can trust? Then come to Esk Skin Cancer Clinic and see Dr. Tilly for a skin, mole or spot check now. And you don't have to be an Esk patient. Dr. Tilly has been diagnosing melanomas and saving lives for over 7 years at Esk. Our vibrant, centrally located Esk Skin Cancer Clinic can assist you immediately. Book online or phone 6331 2355. Esk Skin Cancer Clinic, a sponsor of City Park Radio. This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to iUTAS Stadium. It's half time and North Launceston 5-6-36. Lead Clarence 4-2-26. Just repeating the goal kickers for North Launceston: 3 to Bailey Mitchell, 1 each to Brad Cox-Goodger and Willman Shannon, and for Clarence 2 to James Glover, 1 each to Josh Green and Bryce Alomes. As I mentioned, this is possibly as this team, which is part of a larger team that's called the games here in the State League since 2013. This could be our last time together as a group at this level. Of course, so we hope to continue next year at NTFA level. So I thought we might look at some of our favourite games from years gone by, or favourite moments. So, Macca, we'll start with you. What game or moment has stood out for you in the games we've covered in the Tasmanian State League?
Well, I've really enjoyed your social media the last couple of weeks, Foz, where you've been counting down some of your moments. I'm sure some of these might have been mentioned,
I'll go last, 'cause I've got
or
plenty,
they're going to be mentioned.
Yeah. Okay.
The one I keep going back to is my favourite. I'm sure you're going to have it in your top half a dozen at least games. Was that the Western Storm preliminary final against Clarence at Bell Reeve? We were high up in the grandstand. I remember it. My knee was cooked. I had to go down on my backside to get out of there.
You had the great Barry Triffett with us.
Yes, and it was the Western Storm in their first year against Clarence. And I remember it for a couple of things. One is the ball just going from one end to the other. Trent Standing kicked 9 in a losing team. But what I remember is the Jake Cox effort. And geez, his name came up this week because they were doing that countdown of player v player. And Jake Cox was a terrific footballer at Clarence Anglenorchy. One of my favourites on that wing. And, you know, at times he kicked a couple of helicopters, but when he got it right, that left foot of Jake Cox was amazing. So that's my first one, the Western Storm.
I'll just add a couple of...
Trent Standing 9, though. In
memories to that one.
Preliminary final, unbelievable.
It was a very warm day. I remember it was around this time of year. It was about 23, 24 degrees, swirling wind. And I remember that Western Storm had a lot of injured players also that day. So they were massive underdogs. Clarence had been a pretty dominant team all year. And, yeah, it went... I think it was 17 goals to 16. It was very high scoring. I remember Cody Thorpe played very well that day for the Western Storm as a forward. Standard was outstanding, but just the level of play that day, and yes, Jake Cox streaming towards goal in the last dying seconds. And as a radio station, what I remember at 4-2 was pre-streaming, of course, and a lot of people were listening to that game. It was the only way they could keep in touch with it, and we got a lot of really good feedback. But, yeah, an outstanding game of football.
Yeah,
another one?
Oh, look.
We'll go Max next.
Very general. The local derbies for us up here, the North Lonnie ones later on, and where they play them Friday nights. From a personal point of view, the grand final here when South Launceston won the premiership, they'd been down the bottom of the ladder for a bit. Coach Thorpe came in, Mitch Hills as the captain, and who would have known that the next year they weren't going to be in the competition, the Western Storm come, but just the emotion, you put those up this week, the emotion of Mitch Thorpe, Mitch Hills and Co, and obviously being an old South Lonnie person, that grand final with Joby Harper and Jay Blackberry and Dylan Riley, just terrific footballers.
And on the Bernie side of things...
Russell Robertson and...
The two Walters boys.
Yeah, they're brilliant. Darren Banham.
Eli Templeton.
Darren Banham, they were just brilliant games, and that was something personally that I'll always remember. And just overall, just the level of players that we've seen as well. You know, I mentioned, Mitch Thorpe just brought so much to our competition, whether it was off the ground, a few little scraps. I ended up at a tribunal once I don't know whether I was trying to prosecute or defend Mitch Thorpe. I got confused there at one stage. That was interesting times, Foz.
Yes.
That was interesting for me as a commentator. I used to like commentating the Royal Rumble brawls every now and then. And I made a couple of comments about that, and I ended up at the tribunal, Max. It was and as I said, I was the witness for the defence and I was the witness for the prosecution. I didn't quite know what to do. It was interesting. My word, it was. But, Joby Harper, Jay Bowden, Jake Cox I mentioned, Bradley Cox-Goodyear still going now. Just terrific and just outstanding footballers over a long period of time, all of those blokes.
And someone like you, Macca, in that situation probably needed witness protection, I reckon, you?
Well, I'll tell you what, there was a few in the we met at a little office here. It was on... Yeah. It was on a stream. I had to say what I said. I said, geez, all I was trying to do was add some theatre to the call, Max. I wasn't really...
That's why Foz keeps us under control.
That's right. My word. Yes.
Okay, Max,
anyway, that's me done.
Defamation. Yeah, look, I'm a bit like Macca. I wasn't part of the call for that South Launceston final, but I was here. I watched it. There was a lot of emotion. It was certainly one of the greater experiences at state league level at that time that I'd witnessed, which was really good. The game that sticks in my mind was in 2022 at this very ground. We were sitting in this very spot when it was Kingborough versus North Launceston, and there was a guy lining up for goal. Jordan Lane took a mark just milliseconds before the siren, about 30 out. We were directly behind it here. I can't remember who the cameraman, I think it was Benny Donaldson, because he replayed it a few times afterwards. Jordan Lane had the kick. As soon as it went through the goals, half a dozen North Launceston guys, and the vision's still there. They signalled to the goal umpire, all simultaneously, it's hit the post, it's hit the post. The umpires conferred, went back, all clear. And I think there was a report even after that game of a North Launceston player, I can't recall, against the umpires for a bit of dissent. But to me, that was probably not one of the most exciting, but one of the more memorable moments that I've been included.
Made the national Foxtel, made Fox Footy.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, another time he made the national spotlight was the dribble kick, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was the very early days of streaming. It might have been the first year or two that we were doing
Jason Dunstall in his show The Bounce.
Was it Jake Pearce?
Yeah, it was Jake Pearce.
Now
Jason
the
Dunstall,
coach.
Jason Dunstall hates the dribble kick. He doesn't know why footballers can't just kick it up in the air and take away the bounce. Anyway, Jake Pearce dribble kicked it down here at the city end of the ground and missed it. And missed. And I gave it the call that, Jason Dunstall would be furious. Well, anyway, on the Sunday night on the bounce, he actually showed my footage. And Jake Pearce got a bit of national coverage. He copped it on social media from all his mates. But I was made famous because it was my call. And I think Jason Dunstall might have said that he wants Jake Pearce to get on the Spirit of Tasmania and sail away.
I think you've mentioned some of my favourite moments, but grand final-wise, been a lot of terrific grand finals, and one I remember really well is our first broadcast down south, actually. It was only on the radio at that point. It was North Launceston and Glenorchy.
Yeah.
And Glenorchy were red-hot favourites in that
Same
year.
Little John? coach of North. Was
Yes, absolutely. And a goal from Josh Holland late in the game from the pocket there, going towards the Belrive end, or opposite the river. That was just a magnificent goal. It was a bit like the Brad Cox-Goodger goal we witnessed in that first quarter. And it was just a really drama-packed game because young Jake Sushims, I think it was, he got knocked out early in the game. Just a really good atmosphere that day. A good game of footy. Could have gone either way, but North Launceston went too good in the end.
Well, Josh Holland was a great story. He dominated up the coast in the NWFL and that, and North Lonnie finally got him to come up and have a game. Yep. Of course, with Zane Littlejohn's connection with Latrobe, being an old Latrobe boy, and he had an excellent season, Josh Holland. That goal was just the cherry on the top.
And the 2020 grand final here, the COVID season, we think we finish in October. Joby Harper kicked that goal. I can still visualise it here now.
That's one of Mitch Thorpe's.
Mitch Thorpe was one of his favourites during the week when he was reminiscing on his time at Launceston, wasn't it?
And it was a good season because a lot of other leagues weren't going, so a number of players did gravitate back to the TSL, which was the only game in town.
Conning coaching Rachel Lee, come back and played at North.
That's right. The season didn't start till I think late June. Went right through to October.
Those North Lonnie grand finals.
Yes.
Lauderdale, Lauderdale's a team, they're still in it. Lauderdale, not over, but geez, they had some good sides under Darren Winter and they got to the big dance quite a bit with the Bryce Walshes and
that game here that they ruffled the young guys.
They ruffled them all, didn't they? Taryn Thomas and co.
Now, I noticed you had it written down there, Maccabee, you didn't mention it, but the Sonny Whiting goal.
Yeah, well, that was one of my favourite calls.
You've got to talk about that.
Where he was in the pocket. He was in the pocket at Belrive, wasn't it?
I think I'll put it up on the socials during the week because it's a good highlight.
And he actually threw the ball to himself around the point post. I don't know whether it's available, but
Jack Higgins style.
He threw it. Yeah, he threw it and took off and kicked it. It was one of the better goals. One of the better goals I've seen. I don't know what year it was, but early on in the TSL, sort of this recurrence of the TSL, the ability of the clubs to get some of those AFL players to come back and play. Of course, North Launceston had Chris Tarrant, who was very much part of that. But this is like back in the, I don't know, how many iterations of the TSL have we had then? Three maybe?
No, I think just the two.
Two?
I think, yeah.
But early before we started calling, Jason Ackermanis, down at KG5, I was actually good mates with Byron Howard, the great Byron. He was coaching Glenorchy. He said, can you come down and help me with the board? I was doing the magnets for him that night that Acker played. Friday night at KG5, 11,000. They made that much money at KG5 that night. They couldn't fit it in the safe. They had to get the security guards to come that night and take it all away and put it somewhere safer. There was that many people lined up at KG5, and it was brilliant that they had that opportunity and I suppose the backing of AFL-TAS to pay a bit of extra coin to get those players down and just play. And even Jack Rewalt this year, adds a bit of theatre to the TSL.
Favola to New Norfolk. He went there a couple of times, I think, and made copious amounts of money for the club.
Just to finish our discussion, because the players umpires.
Brilliant memories, though, Foz. Brilliant memories.
Just to finish with the technology of it, when we first started doing it, you might remember I had to find a fax line. We used to run it to the fax machine down the end of the corridor here. Also at Windsor Park, we had a dedicated line. Chris Ball, who's been with us in the whole journey. I remember one time we went out to Windsor Park and the fax line wasn't working.
Oh, no.
It had been taken off us, so we had to use new gear that we'd not used before. And Chris rushed out. We set it up about 10 minutes before the game. We got to air, all good.
We called from a corporate box at West Park one day.
Yes, we did, the Point, absolutely. And we called from, I think it was the Devonport Cricket Club at Devonport. Yes, we did.
Do you know how many games you've called, Foz?
No, I need to work that out.
You need to work it out, because I'd like to know how many. Have to be hundreds.
Yeah, that's, I only missed one, remember?
Yeah, you missed one. You let us.
I was in Zagreb.
You're in Zagreb,
in Croatia.
He was in Zagreb.
And you've taken, I haven't been part of it for that long, but you've taken us on some wild journeys too, making us sit out on the balcony at Windsor Park.
We've been at the one at KG5.
I was going to save that one to the last. There was you, myself, Anthony Osborne, Groobs.
Yeah. We did one at the back of York Park here on Invermay Park. Devonport versus
back
North
of the grandstand.
On a Sunday. We did one on the back of the grandstand.
Yep, so we've been around. I think the only ground we haven't broadcast from, much to my unhappiness, is Lauderdale. I would have liked to have done a game there, but we didn't sort of get there, so never mind. Maybe one day. But
just a quick one. I was talking to Ricky Dolliver a moment
He
ago.
rang you. He was that keen.
We'll get back to Chris. Yeah, he rang. He was keen to give us the lowdown.
What's
on
the
it.
connection?
So Jack Dolliver, who is number 20 for the Clarence Football Club, is the grandson of Ricky Dolliver, son of Brent. So Brent is an assistant coach here at Clarence.
Nice.
Long time. I think he said Dodgers Ferry coach down in the south, so he's come on board. This is his second year, I think, so played a bit of Devils a couple of years ago, maybe.
Yep.
But there's the connection with the Dolliver.
There you go. Well done.
Thanks for letting us know, Rick.
Down to Chris Sayer on the boundary. I'm not sure where he's been at half time, but I reckon he's been down to North Launceston. What have you been there, Chris?
Yes, I went in to listen to Adrian Smith. He said that it's a good thing they're in front. I mean, it's, as you said, it's difficult to score, and one of the big positives of the game for North is that they're in front. And they need to get more numbers to the contest, and they've got to increase their work rate. This quarter, they've got to grind. The word was grind, whatever that means. And I thought it'd be interesting, wouldn't it be interesting if Jack Rewalt was playing for Clarence today?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it would have been really interesting. You just needed that one more game to qualify. Thanks, Chris. Down the boundary.
Chris, just before you go, you got any great memories from down on the boundary side? Your worst day or best game, or you been close to any brawls, anything like that?
That I mentioned it earlier, that day that Launceston won the flag here on this ground in the pouring rain.
Yep.
I remember the rain so much, but this ground just soaked it up. Any other ground, you'd be knee-deep in water. That was a memorable day. And I remember that Mitch Thorpe was gracious with his time, post-siren. He came straight over to me and talked to us on air after winning the premiership. I thought that was amazing.
Brilliant, Chris. And of course, you were with us at the North Hobart Tassie Queensland State game too.
Yes, wasn't that incredible? Blair Brownless was the co-commentator. That was a memorable day.
Thanks, Chris, there on the boundary. We're about to get underway in the second half.
You talk about the tech. We used to do the coaches' interviews in the rooms after the game via the phone.
Yes, remember that.
Some great coaches I interviewed over the years. Taylor Whitford, Zane Littlejohn, especially here at North Lonnie. We're underway here for the second half of this final. Clarence are 10 points behind. They had a good second quarter. Just fought back a little bit, and Chris is right. They did well there in North Launceston. They've got a little bit of work to do. They're being challenged. Here's Stingle off the back of the pack. They've cut off the mark, though. That's a good mark there in the back line from Clarence. Harper gives it over the top here now to Daniel Cooney. So Cooney, famous Clarence name. You talked about the father-sons before, Max. There's another one. Josh Green snaps it over on the left. Inside 50, 1-2. Bites of the cherry. Is that Glover again? Who is he? Comes up here. I'll turn around and I'll let you know. They don't have... No, it's Oscar Proprotny. So it's a good mark, contested mark. Oscar Proprotny.
Smart kick by Green as well. Yep.
So the wind still going over to the eastern side of the ground. Swirling as it does here in these stadiums. So Proprotny, not that much of a known goal kicker in season 2024. Going to kick from 50. It's not going to get there. Who can take the grab? Noah Holmes tries to clear the house, and it goes through for a behind. So first score of the second half. They're now to within 9 points. You're listening to City Park Radio. Thank you if you joined us at half-time. Some great reminiscing with the captain, Dave Moore, here on City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5.
Try and get that up online too. Our little discussion there. A lot of great memories from our time covering TSL footy. As Bales now kicks to the back flank for North Launceston. It's knocked out of play. We have boundary throw in.
Every player in the forward half of the ground as the two North Lonnie forwards float back now in Ahern and also the goal kicker Griffiths.
Might get a weather report from you at the next stoppage, Chris, as Noah Holmes thumps the ball forward. Shark there by Stingle. Looks for support. Gets it over to Elmar. Fumbles. Jack Preshaw now affects the contest. In goes Green. Bales did really well to get it out there to Bennett. Further to Young by hand. Up the wing. Cleary couldn't take it with him. Off the ground, Simpson. Here's Blake Harper. Picks it up nicely. Gets it to Gapin. Good young player. It's just going to come back. It's going to be a free kick here to Blake Harper.
One thing I haven't mentioned today, boys. Clarence have got 7 changes into today's side.
Yep.
7 changes, Clarence. So that's, third of their team. We saw last night Carlton struggled.
Blake Harper gets up gingerly. Might look for a handball. Keegan Wiley. Now he goes longer with the kick. Over the far side there to Bealey. James Bealey and Griffiths. What a great contest that's been. Bealey might have won that one today, given that Griffiths has yet to score a goal. Liam Howard. Off hands. Chris down here for a weather report.
Yeah, I think the clouds are sort of higher in the skies. I think the rain might have stopped for now. How long it stopped for might be the rest of the day. If I can steal your thunder and be a weather forecaster, but the wind has died down as well, so conditions are better.
Thanks, Chris. That's the boundary throw in. Holmes and Lee.
It's a hold of the jumper. You can see it.
It is. Yep.
Free kick, Noah Holmes.
Free kick to Holmes.
The umpire missed it, but you can see it from here, and we're 100 metres away. So Noah Holmes, he's done well against Alex Lee. Pressure put on him. He has to kick off one step. Josh Green on the chest. He breaks the 50 up and under kick on the left. Probably had a bit more time to settle. And it's a great defensive mark. Connor Young has found his way back into that back line and been pretty good today. What about the one-on-one mark, though, against Fletcher Bennett? Not an easy job, Josh Green.
Not an easy job at all.
Here's Theo Ives. Left foot kick down the line. Richards reaches over the top. Coming down the front there is Cooney. By hand, Liam Howard. Scrubby kick, but unfortunate. In front, make them defend. That's what you have to do. Jack Dolliver. So Dolliver goes short. Green's going to fall short. He can't get the hands up. He'd be better to hold it in. No. Did well there. He could have spat it out, but he held it in. Right on the 50-metre mark.
Salivating a bit in the box here with our cameraman Liam bringing in chips and gravy at half time. Smells beautiful. Here we go now as out it comes to Stingle. He's tackled. Now to Avent. He's tackled by Hanslow. Drives him into the ground. Ball up. Poor Liam, though, he hasn't got time to eat them there. He's on the camera.
Geelong 65, Geelong Falcons 65, Tasmanian Devils 22, Foz. What's that? Third,
Green with the snap. Green has kicked that goal for Clarence.
They're up.
He's up and about. Is Josh Green in this quarter starting to affect the contest? That was a really smart goal. Made something out of not much. And he's kicked a couple now here at UTAS Stadium, and the margin is just 3 points.
Look, as I said, he's a terrific forward craft. He had a really good AFL career, to be honest, at Brisbane and at Essendon. He was tough to match up at AFL level. Even before small forwards were the in thing, like we see now, he was, pretty much one out small forward at AFL level. To kick, as I said, 41, he's kicked 43 goals now for the year. This is his 13th game for us.
And that one started from Noah Holmes. Rather than just trying to palm it to somebody's feet, he got the ball moving with a big punch forward. There was a bit of open space in front of him where Green came to it. And again, just a little left foot snap around his shoulder and got it over the line and straight through the middle. 6 points.
3 points. Now, the difference. Here's Griffiths. They're winning the ball at the stoppages for Dave Gruber. We'll get some of those early stats in a moment. Ball doesn't bounce Fletcher Bennett's way. It's out in front of Jasper Hay. They come through and it goes out of bounds.
Bounty throw in. Left half forward for Clarence. And one stage I think North Launceston were 5 goals to 2. I think Clarence have kicked the last 3 in this contest. Just as it looked like they were getting away, Clarence have clawed their way back.
No inside 50s for North Launceston, Dave Gruber.
So under that breeze now, it's starting to go a little bit more directly down the ground and affecting the way the ball travels in the air. It's Cox Goodger now to Stingle. Stingle dances around, takes a bounce, reins it back in, uses his pace to get away and get some distance from his opponent. Kicks in the centre of the ground. Good spoil from behind there by gaping on man Shandon. Ball inside 50. Borsboom's in there fighting for it. Out to Roney. Now to man Shandon. Little chip kick looking for Elmar. A lot of numbers here for the Roos, including Baxter Norton. Kicks centrally towards Jasper Hay. Great spoil by Bennett. Falls to Cox Goodger. Support from Ives, who's tackled by Keegan Ryan. Has the strength to get out of it. Cox Goodger and Hay. Cox Goodger used the experience. Kicked it off the ground. Picks it up. Has got support from a couple of players, but goes long with a kick. Nice ball there from Liam Howard. Out to the wing. Griffiths used his pace to get away, but it's out of bounds on the railway wing. Things have gone up a notch.
They're doing a good job at the moment, Max, just playing one-on-one footy. They're one-on-one footy forward defensively. They're just going to back themselves in. They're not letting North Lonnie have that extra behind the footy, which they love.
No, and I think part of the message from Ryan at half-time would be just keep the ball moving forwards at all times. It's slippery, it's raining, you're not going to win it in the air. Keep it on the ground. We've got the smaller guys, the Greens and the Baxter Nortons, who are agile enough to get it and just play it the way that you want to play it.
They're not rolling any extra half-forwards up to the stoppage.
1v1.
And if they do, then the North Lonnie player has to go with them. So they're a good stoppage side, Clarence. We mentioned that early on.
Bounty throw in. Holmes front position. Smacks in the face there of Baxter Norton. Now Keegan Ryan swings a kick to the centre of UTAS Stadium. Green in there with a wrestle with Roney. Little handball over the top to Green once again. He fumbles slightly. Does get a kick away. Bennett gets in the way of the kick there. Handball was intercepted there by Dolliver, who got him with high contact. Much to the chagrin of the Clarence supporters in front of us.
It's a big call because they're away, Clarence. Bales looked to step. He went to go to Roney. Roney will step inside. Nice step there from Roney inside 50. They run and gun through Griffiths. Shandon. The rain comes back down again. That weather report didn't last long, Chris. It's coming to rain. Here's Griffiths. Below his knees. Overran the footy. Well done, the Clarence defenders. They've got their tails up now. Griffiths from the pocket. A little bit of magic of his own. No. Misses near side. 5-7-37. A 4-point lead. Clarence 5-3-33. 9.5 minutes gone.
Keegan Ryan be breathing a sigh of relief there. Keegan Wiley. Handballed it straight to Griffiths. Kick comes out to Borsman. Has to play on. Fletcher Richards torpedoes it out of defence. Spiralling ball to the wing. Here's Ives, who's drifted up the ground. Handball backwards to Summers. Dances around. Gets caught there by Alone. Free kick. Alone stood his ground. Summers couldn't get around, and Alone's laid the tackle. So he's on centre wing. Plays on off the mark. Rain falling now at UTAS Stadium. Bales with the sprawl at the front of the contest is Summers. There's Alomes again. Little kick by Keegan Ryan. Handball comes in here now to Cooney. Cooney from the pocket. Misses to the right-hand side.
He burnt Josh Green standing in the middle, demanding the ball then, but backed himself in. Could be costly.
Fletcher Bennett clears it towards Griffiths.
Griffiths playing high up the ground, the leading goal kicker in the competition. Nicholas coming through now. Elmer finds Chug, centre wing. Haven't seen too much of him today. Declan Chug, centre wing, look to go by foot, now goes by hand. They've run themselves into trouble. Mitch Nicholas, that would be pulling the hair out of Adrian Smith. I don't think he's got much, Max. Feel like a good self. So that wasn't great play. He could have come back inside, he went outside and ran into trouble, Mitch Nicholas.
He did. No right foot, Macklin. That's the issue with some of these guys, isn't it?
Well, Declan, he's a right footer.
Well, but
Mitch Nicholas is not, no. Probably need to cut inside angle.
Blood rule.
Blood rule? Where are we?
Fletcher Bennett, is it? No?
No, it's a Clarence player. Maybe Baxter Norton, is it, I think? Coming off the ground here, right from the other side. Yeah, it is. It's Baxter Norton. So coming onto the ground is Tyson Henslow. A nice time to take a little break for Dave Moore. The captain is back.
Sent to replenish the water.
Gee.
Big couple of days.
Big couple of days, Dave
Couple
Moore.
of days, absolutely.
So what, you talk about a big couple of days, going back to your Shepley Oval here. This is their fourth game on this ground in 2 days. They've had like a double header both days, or triple header was, I think, out there. So it's, double header yesterday, double header today. So maybe a little overnight stay for a few of the officials, Dave.
Set him a piece. There's the ball up the wing now from Holmes with the swinging kick. Out it comes, Stingle. Handball over the top here, looking for Nicholas. Good pressure from behind by Jarvis Breen. Escaping the contest there was Elmer. Geez, a lot of players around the footy. Finally, has a kick clear. Off the ground, Avent, smart. Griffiths takes the mark, 60 out. He has to move it quickly, but reinforcements have arrived for the Clarence defence to lock up the space. Griffiths to the pocket and finds Chug. That's a good kick. Well, no, it's not. It's out of bounds on the full. It's a close call. Chug not happy, but free kick going the way of Keegan Wiley.
Keegan Wiley tucked away in the back pocket. Early score from West Park, Foz. Burnie 33 lead Ulverston 12. 2 goals straight for Ulverston. Dylan Smith has 3 for the Burnie Dockers in their elimination semi-final down there. So Clarence, they find their way beyond their defensive 50, but another turnover here. It goes to Stingle. Stingle just starting to work his way into the game. Goes on the left, inside 50, Matthews under it, Chug under it. He goes to the back. Here's Griffiths. He gave the don't argue. He still finds it on the boot. What can they do, North Launceston? They can kick the goal. Pure strength from Griffiths. I'll find the goal kicker as he comes up. Jackie Avent. The perennial back pocket rocket finds himself forward and he kicks the goal, but good play there by Harvey Griffiths.
Magnificent play, Macca. The way it was like a dry ball, like he had glue stuck to his body. It just, he attacked it hard.
Couple of don't argues.
Yep, had the strength to hold his feet, spun around a little bit, got the ball onto his boot. Initially I thought, why did that North Launceston bloke try and stop that? Because I thought it would have went through for a goal, but I think there was a quarterback sitting behind him for Clarence, but great little pick-up by Jackie Avent as well, and just gives them that little bit of breathing space again.
Keegan Wiley it was trying to lay the tackle on Griffiths. He just couldn't get the 2 arms wrapped around him, and it just allowed Griffiths to get the ball clear to the goal kicker in Jack Avent.
Geelong 65, Tassie 22 in the last quarter. As Preshaw is tackled from behind. Game's gone up a notch again. Steadier there from North Launceston. They really needed that one. There's a little bit of afters there. Tackle there from Pitt. It's been a bit quiet. A little bit of an injury cloud after last week's Devils game. And a push and shove. Noah Holmes gets it only to Nicholas. Quick kick inside 50. Dangerous position here for Clarence. Back now to Chug. He throws on the boot into the pocket. Gee, it's a brave mark back there. And I think that's James Bealey. He's taking a really good chest mark under pressure. So Bealey kicks towards the wing. A lot of North Launceston players there. Clears the contest. Nicholas runs after it. Getting there too is Glover, and Jarvis Breen did well in the end. Although he kicked it off the ground. He kicked it out of bounds on the full. So North Launceston kicks short now to Cox Goodger. He'll play on. Sweeping handball to Summers on the boundary line. Right foot kick. Inside 50, front position Cleary. Couldn't take the grab. Bealey again there. His kick semi-smothered. Might work out okay here for Breen. Handball under pressure. Gets its way to Keegan Ryan. He kicks it short one, looking for Glover. And it's off the side of the boot, out of bounds. Stats here from Dave Gruber, our statistician. 7 inside 50, just quarter to 5.
Yeah, it was
the
7,
way.
was it 7-0 Grooves or 6-0 at one stage?
Yep.
So North Lonnie have had the good last 6 or 7 minutes after it was a Clarence-dominated first 7 minutes of the quarter. And a terrific goal from Josh Green to lead them, their scorers, by 2. Here's Cox Goodger. He's on the run. He taps it to himself off the toe. Jarvis Breen can't get it. Stingle on the up. Pitt inside 50. Dangerous. Good mark in the back line by Blake Harper. So they're holding up here, the Clarence defence, but the repeat entries from the Northern Bombers. So Blake Harper, he strolls out on the left, goes out to the wing. Not being able to take the mark there is Jack Dolliver. He comes over the back. Mitch Nicholas leads all comers. Here's Summers to Lee. Scrubby kick. Nearly fell in the arms of Harvey Griffiths, but it goes out of bounds, just the right side of the main scoreboard here at iUTAS, where the scoreboard reads North Launceston 6-7-43, Clarence 5-4-34, 17 minutes gone, third quarter.
They've had the best of the last 5 minutes, Max, the Bombers.
Yeah, they have, Dave. And I've just been watching Harvey Griffiths the last 5 or 6 minutes, because there's been a lot of repeat entries. He's leaving it to Declan Chugg, and I think the other one might be Kalen Matthews to be closer to the square. They're more than happy for him to run up and attack the ball at half forward. The amount of ground that he's covering, just up and back, really impressive for, a key forward.
I reckon that changed a little bit, that role, probably about 4 or 5 weeks to go in the season. He was the one from the square pretty much the whole time and kicked a lot of goals, but they eventually said, well, okay, we can't be one-trick ponies. We need to get you up the ground, use your pace and acceleration. You'll still kick some goals going back the other way.
Over 1,000 viewers on the stream. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and also on City Park Radio. If you have to go anywhere, can't keep your eye on the screen, please join us on 103.7 and 96.5 FM or on our online stream at our website or the Community Radio Plus app. You can keep listening to the commentary here of this great TSL semi-final. Two great rivals. It's a 9-point margin. 17 minutes gone in the third quarter. The ball's near the boundary line once again. Hasn't moved from there for a couple of minutes. We're at a bit of a stalemate. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals of knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. As the rain continues to fall. It's setting in at the moment. Ground continues to be in great condition. Lee with a good tap to his advantage, but Preshaw gets there first. Round the corner, hands low into the centre circle. Keegan Ryan one-handed. Coming through his man Shandon. Tackled by Jarvis Breen. And the youngster there, Breen, has won himself a free kick for a strong tackle.
Showed his pace there, didn't he, David?
Oh, but now he's coughed it up to the fellow Devil in Dapoli Kubank. Almost as if they were at Devil's training drill. Sideways kick to Cox Goodger. Takes it on the bounce. Has a free player in Summers. Has room ahead of him. Kicks inside 50. Kalen Matthews there with Cleary. Cleary did okay. Van Shannon off the ground. Kicked it in mid-air. It's still in play. Griffiths has got it. He snapped the goal. Oh, my goodness. Griffiths. I thought it was going through the goals from the man Shannon kick out of mid-air, but Griffiths took it inside and did a little spin to get himself some space and snapped it through the middle.
It's a
big goal.
Coach Killer, Max. You've got to get it across the line.
It is. You know, it's a typical or a great example there of you keep playing until the whistle goes.
Were
or
you
whatever.
taking your eye off the play?
I had.
I saw you look down. You were about to put the behind down.
I was reading my next lot of notes. Just a quick one. Get back to the Dolliver family. Look, we'll be paying royalties shortly. Inducted into the Tasmanian Hall of Fame in 2023. So thank you to Daniel Smedley for sending that information through.
That's been a great battle, Bealey and Griffiths. I thought Bealey had better in the first half, but this term, Griffiths has certainly started to get on top.
Noah Holmes back in the middle against Lee. Sitting right near the line, just trying to take the run of Lee's. Noah Holmes. Good contest win. Good clearance win. Big Noah finds Josh Green. 2 bites of the cherry. Big job for Summers. He does well. Nicholas taps it forward. Harry Bales off half back, releasing handball. Tried to find Pitt. Coming the other way there was Tyler Henslow. And now it's going to be a ball up on centre wing. Geez, Josh Green, I thought that clearance was going to find him right on the chest. He's pulled up a little bit lame too, Joshy Green, a little limp. So ball up, Noah Holmes. Bales. Not too many handball receives off half back today for the North Launceston boys. They've made them play one-on-one footy, have the Clarence Roos. Holmes will go again against Lee. Slips over the back centre square. Avent there. Clarence comes through. Henslow again. He's spun in the tackle. Yes, David.
Just thinking when the story of this game is written, that chest mark from Green that was dropped there, that could be a moment, I think.
Okay, would have got them back. No, you're right. I think it would have been got them back to within that 9 points. Henslow held without it. He's tried the last 3 stoppages maybe to get a free kick, and he gets one. He wheels and goes. On the right. Who's there? Good effort by Summers. Josh Green at the front, chopping of the arms.
Good work, Summers.
Good work, Summers. He's gone on to Green.
He's one of those players this year started probably as a fringe player.
Yes.
But is really, I think his footy's really come on this year. He's a very
South Launceston junior. Ball comes over the back, centre wing again out of bounds. Centre wing. 7-7-49 North Launceston. Clarence 5-4-34. Get you a score. Sorry, Foz. I'll get you a score from West Park. We do a little update here. West Park, Burnie, same score as before, 33-12. Quite muddy through the centre corridor there at West Park.
Tassie girls trial by 34 with about 10 minutes to go. So it'll be a tough job from there. And so rain, heaviest it's been in this game now, I reckon. We get another stoppage, and that 15-point lead probably might be worth more than it reads, Max.
Yeah, it would be. And if the wind's got any influence on it, North will be kicking with it in that last quarter as well, which is probably only 3 or 4 minutes of play left in this quarter, Dave, so Clarence will be really keen just to edge that little bit closer to keep him in the game.
Another free kick, Hanslow. He's really trying his heart out.
Needs to move it.
Tyson Hanslow kicks it to half forward. Alom's there in a contest with Ives. Goes over the back row. He's got it. Throws it on the boot. Kick smothered. Ricochet out of bounds. Good result for North Launceston. 60 metres out from Clarence's goal on the railway side. 7-7-49 to 5-4-34. City Park Radio next week will be at the NTFA Premier Division Grand Final from 3:20.
3:20, Fozzle?
Yes.
Late one.
3:30 start. South Launceston up against Longford. Front position Holmes. Might have won the tap. North Launceston players fighting for it. Avent. And free kick over the shoulder might be coming back to Jack Avent.
Be good to have Max Walker with us next week. Foz?
Yep.
It would be, but he's not going to be.
Oh, never mind. Liam Howard kicks it inside 50. It's the chest here of Bales in defence. So they're just holding out at the moment, this half-back line for North Launceston.
Have I unlocked a little contract issue, Max?
45 kick now. Finds Chug. Chug kicks up the line. He'll get it back again. Now he's got options here. Declan Chug touches the ball on the ground. Handball over the top. Avent again. Great tackle. Get the glasses on the player. I think that was Jack Preshaw. It was a terrific tackle because North Launceston were set to go inside 50 once again. So it'll be a boundary throw in. And we've got a free kick now for a push. And it might be going Clarence's way.
It
Umpire saying...
Well, it's got to be back here at the stoppage.
Yes.
It's against Declan Chug off the ball.
So going to Noah Holmes.
So it has to move forward to where the ball was going to be, which was at the stoppage. Noah Holmes, unfortunately, kicks it straight down Harry Bales' throat. Unfortunate for Clarence, that is. And now it goes to Mitchy Nicholas on the far side. Anyway, Max is busy next Saturday, Fozzle.
Yes.
Down the line. Get back to that one. Grooves might have to be mic'd up. Ball comes to my hand. That's dangerous. Clarence was set upon by Elmer. The handball back in the centre corridor. Not a great solution for Clarence. Here's Chug. Is it? No.
No, the whistle had gone.
Hang on. Advantage.
Yep, Jack Ahern.
Jack Ahern it is. He's kicked the goal after the stoppage. Those lights flickering, Foz.
Yeah, I think it's just a glow.
Oh, I was worried about another power outage. Anyway, Jack Ahern kicks the goal and the margins back out to 21 points after it got back to, what, 3?
Yes.
3 points, I think it was.
Yep.
He kicked the last 3.
So Jack Ahern.
And there was a good advantage call then too, but I think it was umpire McIntyre, little T-Mac. No one had stopped in that play. You know, I think it was Adam Hayes called the kick, and who was it? Ahern grabbed the ball, just dribbled it through, and fine advantage. Good umpiring there. 3
goals won in the quarter, North Launceston's way.
And the inside 50s this quarter, Clarence 10, North Launceston 8. Hit-outs are pretty even. 12 to Clarence, 9 to North Launceston. So we're in the centre of UTAS Stadium again. Probably another 5 minutes of play. Gee, Clarence do need a goal going to this last quarter. The margin's out now for 21 points. Free kick North Launceston's way to Jack Avent. He's lifted in this quarter. No doubt about it. I think he'll go the direct route here, will he? He does. Up here towards Ahern. He'll come from behind. No one can take the mark. Slippery ball. Ahern lays in the back there of his opponent. Now it's a kick forward here. And Shandon with a bit of space. Can he grab it? He can. He's tackled well. Buddy Mitchell, 4 goals. 4 goals, Buddy Mitchell. What a performance. And what could be a match-winning performance from a player who usually plays down back. And in the absence of Lockie Mitchell today, he's gone forward to fill a gap from Brandon Leary, I suspect. And he's kicked another goal.
I'll ask you the question again, Max. Alarm bells for Clarence?
It would be now.
Yes,
definitely.
Okay.
Yep. Well, they've nearly doubled their score now, 34 to 61, and it's been a great third quarter by North Launceston into this breeze. And Chris will be able to let us know. He said the breeze had dropped, but the windsock that I'm looking at over there at the scoreboard at the moment, it's very full of wind. But again, Bailey Mitchell, he's kicked 4 goals, probably only had 5 possessions for the game.
Yeah, he's definitely been the surprise packet. Cox Goodger, he's done that a heap of times today. Actually takes it, taps it to himself, kicks out of mid-air. Here's the Poli Kubank on the run. They go to grounders. Chug could have been taken high. Umpire says play on. They fumble the ball. Clarence They're really under the pump now. Northern Bombers have just put it up a gear, as we know they do. That's the reason they're 18-0 this season. And Clarence get this one out in front of Jarvis Breen. So Breen, he'll look to come back on the left. He's taken away after he got rid of it, so it'll be down the field. It'll be a free kick.
Come back to Jack Preshaw.
Yeah, it's going to come back to Preshaw, yeah. So Preshaw will take it just backward of centre wing.
Man, Shandon got, who was it, Breen too high after he got rid of it.
Oh, they missed the target. Not great on a slow play. Here's Mitch Nicholas, left side. He'll take them on, has to go back. Does so to the goal kicker in Mitchell. He scrubs a kick forward. It's all Clarence, and they come away through Richards.
Richards got the handball from Cleary. Play on now through Blake Harper. Goes far side, looking for Liam Howard. Ball escapes his clutches. And it's going to go out of bounds. Speaking of Willman Shannon, Max, he had a big role in that last goal. He attacked the ball hard, and he was the one who got it to Mitchell.
He attacked the ball hard. He got tackled very, very hard.
Yep.
You know, that was a great tackle, and I thought, yep, they're going to wrap him up. But somehow he got the ball clear. Only had to go a metre or two to Mitchell, and he flung around and just threw it on the boot.
27 points. He kicked the last 4 goals. Margin not so long ago was 3 points. It's now 27 points here at UTAS Stadium. And Lee thumps it back out of bounds. And it's going to be a resulting free kick from that. That's the rule there for those that might not be aware.
On the full, was it? Yes. So if it goes off the if boundary throw in, the ruck contest taps it back over on the full, it's a free kick to the opposition.
So we're deep in defence here now for Clarence. Got to try and get themselves a goal to give them some belief going to the last quarter. Over the back, here's Cox Goodger. What a great season he's having. Kicks to the wing. His fellow veteran there in Avan, who drops the chest mark. Time to recover though. Left foot kick, looking for Tapoli Kubank, who sat back. Might take it here. He's worried out of it nicely by Hanslow. It's underneath the scoreboard now. Griffiths tries to get a kick away. But they're going to clear it here through Jack Preshaw now. On the left foot. No targets forward though. Bales is the one there who meets the footy. Over now to Connor Young. Young skips around. Gets it to Ives. Ives tries to evade a tackle. Cox Goodger sweeping handball. Back to Avan again, who's had such a big second half so far. Griffiths can't take it. Off hands to Hanslow. Inside out kick up the wing. From behind, Young with a spoil. And Avan sees it out of bounds. I'll take a breath at the 30-minute mark. It's North Launceston by 27 points.
Starting to look a little bit despondent now, the Roos, aren't they? They're under a lot of pressure. You know, the carry and the communication amongst each other is starting to drop off. All we're seeing now is just quick kicks high and long along the boundary, just trying to get it out of the North Launceston forward 50.
Lee with another hit out. No one can take it away from the contest, so it'll be a repeat ball up. Umpire Geeson. So interesting to see the umpiring points of the grand final, Max. It's often an interesting thing, isn't it? There's been a lot of observers here today watching the young umpires.
There would be, yep, Dave. An exciting time for them as it is the players to get the big dance.
Keegan Ryan couldn't quite take the mark. Simpson picks it up, takes on the tackle. So next week, of course, the 6 central umpires will come back to 3 for the preliminary final. They may not necessarily be the ones in the grand final.
Who knows? Their coaches know, Dave. But,
okay.
Yeah, but you're right. 6 doesn't go into 3, so there's going to be some unlucky ones.
Nicholas tries to pick it up. Avent grabs the ball. Gets it to Tapoli Kubank. Takes the mark. 31 and a half minutes gone. Tapoli Kubank inside 50. Ahern off hands. Falls towards the pocket. Richards there fighting the ball with Nicholas. Comes out on the boundary line. Quick snap. Mitchell again. Which way will it bounce? Into the hands there of Jarvis Breen. He taps it over. Then gets it back from Liam Howard. Back to Liam Howard with the 1-2. The kick now outside defensive 50. Barley Elmer, little fumble. Keegan Ryan takes it. He's forced over the boundary line. Boundary throw in.
What I probably could say, Dave, you would expect on the basis of probability there'd be one of these 3 blokes out there today doing the grand final.
Yep. And it's been a great breeding ground for great umpires, the Tasmanian State League. Of course, we see Nick Foote as one of the Tasmanian umpires. He copped a knock the other night.
Did a final on Thursday night.
Yes, that's right. Yep. Norton, handballs away now, ends up with Dolliver. Dolliver towards half forward. Here's a late opportunity for Clarence, although Fletcher Bennett meets it. Gets it over here towards to Summers, I beg your pardon. Then to Ives. Ives to the wing, sliding and taking a strong mark is Alex Lee right on the three-quarter time siren. So North Launceston 9-7-61. They lead Clarence 5-4-34. So in that quarter, North Launceston kicked 4 goals, 1 to Clarence, 1 goal, 2. Clarence kicked the first goal of that quarter, and then North Launceston kicked the last 4 to take a really, might be a match-winning lead, you'd almost say, 27 points into three-quarter time. Goal kickers, boys.
Yep, we'll start with Clarence. We've got Glover. He's got 2, both in the second quarter. Josh Green has kicked a couple of great goals, one in the first, one in the third, and single to Bryce Allomes. And for North Launceston Bombers, we've got Brad Cox-Goodger with 1, Will Manshandon 1, Jackie Avent 1, Jack Ahern 1, Harvey Griffiths 1, and Bailey Mitchell from about 6 possessions, he's kicked 4.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic effort.
Hit the scoreboard in each quarter so far. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and another 1 in the third. So, yep, really good. Just having a look here what's going on. Yep, Macca, this the gentleman who we think might be a doctor, who's got the genes and all that on. The umpires have just come over and asked,
who is he?
Who is he? And he's just pulled the jacket off. He looks like looks like you and me wandering around out there.
Yeah,
during
the jeans and the Blunston boots and he's got a red t-shirt. We were wondering who it was.
Well, we just undid the jacket and said I'm actually an official.
He looked like just a patron running out on the ground earlier.
Yeah, he did.
Stats from Dave Gruber before we go for a break. Hit-outs, gee, it's been even all day. North Launceston 42, Clarence 39. So Lee and Holmes, what a terrific battle that's been. Clearance is also close. North Launceston 30 to Clarence 25, 8 apiece in that quarter. Inside 50s, dead level as well, 35. North Launceston 13 in that quarter, and they kicked 4 goals from those entries. Clarence 11 entries in that quarter just for the 1 goal. So once again, that Northern Bombers defence holding firm. Marks inside 50, just a 1 between the teams for that quarter to Clarence. And the Clarence lead that 6-1 over the day. Intercept marks, North Launceston 14 to Clarence 11. And looking there, Harry Bales and Fletcher Bennett had 3 intercept marks for North Launceston. And Max Gapin and Keegan Ryan 3 and 2 respectively for Clarence. Free kicks, 26 to Clarence, 18 to North Launceston. Time to take a break here on City Park Radio. We'll come back in just a moment with Chris Sayer from the boundary line, and we'll set the scene for the last quarter of the semi-final with North Launceston leading by 27 points.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Do you need new dentures or denture repair? At Five Ways Denture Centre, they're focused on friendly personal service, providing a range of services including full and partial dentures, denture repair and sports mouthguards. Working with dentists for an integrated approach, Five Ways Denture Centre offers a fresh outlook on denture fitting and repair, as well as correctly fitted mouthguards. Most denture repairs can be done in the same day. Smile through life. Make an appointment today at Five Ways Denture Centre, 461 Wellington Street, with off-street parking, and also online. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Are you struggling with tech hassles at home? Whether it's setting up new devices, fixing existing ones, or needing one-on-one learning and support, I'm here to help you. Hi there, I'm Alex from Rent a Grandson. I make house calls resolving issues with TVs, computers, smartphones, printers, modems and more, and now servicing the Devonport area. Unlock special pension and concession discounts. For reliable tech support that comes to you, call 0488 66 8324 or visit rentagrandson.com.au. Your convenient, reliable solution for all things tech. Rent a Grandson, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Battling acne, Victoria's Clinic are proud to offer AviClear, the first FDA and TGA cleared laser treatment targeting oil production for clear skin. Safe, non-invasive and no downtime. Book your AviClear consultation today. Visit Victoria's Cosmetic Clinic, Penquite Road, Newstead, or call us on 6331 0377. AviClear. Clear skin, clear confidence.
Victoria's!
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Time for a break and hot drink. Get a cappuccino from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. They're at the game today behind the scoreboard, and we thank them very much for their support in the season 2024. Chris Sayer is down the umbrella. He's emerged from the Clarence huddle. And Peter Ryan, I'm sure he wouldn't have been happy with the last half of that third quarter, Chris.
No, he was not. First thing I'm going to give up with the forecasting.
Yes.
Leave that to the experts like you, Dave. He wasn't happy, and I sensed the frustration, you know. When they were only 3 points down, they were up and about. They were pumped. And then within minutes, they were 27 points down. And I could really sense that in Peter Ryan's talk there, three-quarter time. He just says, keep in front, get the ball to the ground, all the basics that wet weather footy. And, I just sense he was greatly frustrated.
Thank you, Chris. And quickly, some scores. Geelong Falcons 66 defeated Tasmanian Devils 37 in the quarter-final of the Girls Coates Talent League finals.
Yes.
And at West Park.
Must be very wet and windy down there, or wet more than fact and muddy. Burnie have only scored a point in this quarter. Only 6 minutes to go in the second. They're 34-12 up, but they were 33 at quarter time, so only 1 point scored for the whole quarter. Game underway here in the last quarter. Nicholas gives it to Avent. Inside 50 over the top. Good mark at the back by Cleary. Cleary swings it wide. Goes really wide out the far side to Daniel Cooney. They need to score, and they need to score quickly to Clarence. Josh Green takes it out of bounds. So it was interesting. You know, we spoke there about within minutes they're 27 up. That's normally North Launceston in the last quarter. You know, of game. They're a brilliant last quarter side. All of a sudden, they just blow the opposition away, and we just saw it then. 3 points to now 27, and in a blink of an eye, Max.
Doesn't take long, does it? 3 or 4 goals, and we've become accustomed to watching it, haven't we?
I've got an exclusive for you too when we get a chance. Exclusive.
Okay.
Can't go with the whole lot. You want it, Foz?
Yep, it's a stoppage. Go.
We mentioned Joby Harper at half-time. I've got it on very good authority. Joby Harper will be suiting up for a Division 1 side NTFA in season 2025.
Event from the stoppage. Kicks it towards half forward. Fletcher Richards did okay. Met the contest. Now Chug swings it towards the goal square. There's Griffiths and Bealey. Griffiths nearly took a spectacular mark. Bealey off the ground. Straight onto the chest of, I think that's Bo Nash there. It is 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. So James Bealey took the chance there, just clearing the ball. He probably had a little bit more time than he thought there. He maybe could have picked the ball up, but hacked it off the ground. And Bo Nash, the boy from Northwest Coast, is wasting no time. And this would tip the margin over 5 goals. Bo Nash has kicked a goal for North Launceston. A very valuable one at the start of the last quarter. And that's their 10th and their 5th in a row. 10-7-67. Plays 5-4-34.
Sorry, I should clarify. I'm actually trying to get a current Division 1 side. What are they called next year? Premier League? Premier League?
Premier League becomes...
Is it NTFA?
Yep.
Premier League?
Yep.
Which will be like Lonnie, North, South.
Longford, Scottsdale.
Yeah. Is that going to be called Premier?
I think
What's
so.
the one underneath that going to be called?
Division 1, I guess.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Division 1.
Div 1.
Not South Lonnie, they're Premier.
No
Division
South
1.
Launceston, no Launceston.
No.
Okay.
Now there's an exclusive. Will be announced this week. You said you had a question for us too. We'll get to that at some stage. Clarence, well and truly up against it now. Borsboom working hard on the wing. They can't get the ball forward there through Jack Preshaw, who's tried hard. Avent got the ball from DePoli Kubak. They go skinny side of the ground. It goes out of bounds in front of the goal kicker in Ahern.
Oh, that's a kick. No, it's not. Okay, I'll pose the first question I've got. Like Peter Ryan this week, the Clarence coaches come out going, I want to coach this club, I see the future,
Yes.
I've got it back from the brink of on their knees.
Yes.
Have they got a high-profile mainlander in mind waiting for everything to settle down?
I'll get back to that because I've got some thoughts on that myself. Here's Griffiths. Can't take it. Ball spoon. Snaps it forward. Clarence's way. Josh Green. Over the back. Clarence goal kicker there in Glover. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle from behind. North Launceston Avant.
Great
Had a good second half. Interesting that it came up this week. Like even if the coach, Richard, I'm sorry, what's the coach's name? Peter Ryan. Even though he might have thought that, I'm just wondering why he even bothered mentioning it the week before a really important final.
To be fair, I think the journo asked the question.
Well, he just should have said, made something up. He just took a lot of the thing off.
Well, there you go.
It made it sound like the fact, there's a bit on going on here. It made it sound like the fact that
I've not got the job.
I've not got the job. I'm not real happy about it. And I'm about to coach my side into a semi-final, but it's all about me, and I don't really want to. Anyway, it was interesting. I just thought it was interesting timing to bring it up. Cox Goodger with that cannon inside 50. Mitchell. He's looking for a little bag here. A little bag of 5 on a wet day. Lockie Mitchell goes out of bounds in front of him.
So the second question I've got for the astute gentleman sitting to my right, all three of them.
Yes.
Tasmanian Football Hall of Fame. North Launceston have gone undefeated. So I know there's other clubs that are in there through undefeated seasons. So how long does it take for an acknowledgement? Like if you've done it for a team that's 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, nearly odds on that this team/club are going to be put in there again for this feat that they've had this year, aren't they?
I think they'd have to win the grand final first, so I agree with you. I think that if they go through this season undefeated, at one stage will be part of that Hall of Fame.
They've done it before, haven't they?
Yeah.
Did their other team get in it? Was that under the...
Yes.
That was Armstrong.
Matthew Armstrong, yep.
Yeah,
I
Armstrong.
think they're in it for that. I think there's another club. Is it maybe...
Don't know, Max.
Yeah, don't know.
It's the only one
Keegan
I know.
Wiley switches it back now to Liam Howard in defence.
Still only 1 point scored at West Park for the quarter. It's a typical West Park day, I think, by the looks of that.
Liam Howard goes short, back to Keegan Wiley. Has to play on. Spearing pass towards the wing. Straight into the hands there of Nicholas. Handballs now to Avant. Avant kicks inside 50. Bailey Mitchell again. Now did he get high contact? No. It's Clarence defence. Work it out as weak sunshine starts to peek through the clouds here at UTAS Stadium. Had a lot of seasons today, mainly winter. But we are starting to get a little bit of sunshine, which is good news. Let's hope the game finishes in better conditions.
Tell you what, once this game's finished, for all our listeners, get over on the AFL app to the SANFL stream. Norwood playing Centrals. A lot of Tassie boys involved in that final today, including Jackson Callow.
Lead with the clearance here to Griffiths. Falls over. And it's going to be another stoppage. Yes, Macca?
Yeah, Jackson Callow, Tom Donnelly, Alec Wright from Launceston's there. Bo, what's the young fella from Devonport's name?
Bain and Lowe.
Bain and Lowe. And then on the Centrals team, Aidan Grace is there. Mitch O'Neill's the other one too at Norwood. There's a free
kick. Alex Lee in the ruck contest against Noah Holmes. And he's only 25 out, directly in front. And Alex Lee has a chance to extend the margin even further and kick their 6th goal in a row.
This could be the big lady starting to warm up the tonsils, Max.
It was 5-7 to 5-4 at one stage.
Yeah, 5 in a row.
Now 10-7 to 5-4.
Not certain of kicking this, the ruckman, I don't think, is he?
Alex Lee to the town end, kicks
your boy,
the goal.
Your boy, Max.
11
That's
goals.
why I put the mockers on him because I knew he'd kick it.
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology going, don't know whether he'll kick it. He was never going to miss it.
11-7, 73, 5-4, 34. Margin 39 points, and this quarter, that's 5 inside 50s to 0. So kicking with the breeze. North Launceston right on top, Matthew McGee.
I tell you what becomes the big issue in the next 2 weeks for North Launceston, Foz. It's trying to fit Van Dam, Leary and El Mitchell into this side.
I'm wondering now about Mitch Nicholas, because 2 times he's done his hammy this year, it's been late in games.
Get him off.
Well, the hard thing about these days is that you put more pressure on the rotations than on other players. But I suppose
you take Cox good job.
You don't have to rotate, Dave, after you kick a goal 30 seconds into a quarter.
That's true. But
you can stay on
I'd just be interested to see what they do with
Cox
Mitch Nicholas.
Cox Goodger the same.
Maybe Stingle, he's had an injury concern.
Alex Lee the same. You take your 3 best players off. Here they come. but it goes Clarence's way. Baxter Norton gives it to Borsboom. Steps inside creatively. Comes on the outside. Noah Holmes kicks it up in the air inside 50. Fletcher Bennett has got the front spot. He takes it in front of the scoreboard. Comes back to Summers. He steps inside to Summers. Rouge uses it really nicely and finds Elmer. Elmer comes back to Bennett. They're away. This is the North Launceston we know. He finds Bales via Summers. Bales has a bounce. They go. Stingle. This will be a great team goal. Oh! It's not going to sit because he's had his head ripped off just innocuously, not intentionally. But he dived in. The ball just wouldn't sit. He's got up and he's okay, you'd hope.
Yeah, it was Liam Howard coming the other way. He's got the kick now.
There was nothing in it. Howard's going to have the kick for the next possession. He goes wide now. Over the other side of the ground, it's Clarence, Blair and Cooney inside 50, and that's a Loams.
They need to start moving the ball like they did then. I know it was a bit unfortunate because North were out and it was a collision of the bodies that allowed the ball to bounce free, but some positive ball movement there by Clarence getting it forward. Al Holmes, he's only 30, 35 metres out, but he's taken nearly a minute to kick the damn thing. They're significant behind, so every second counts.
And he hasn't got it there and he's missed.
Every second counts. You can't just go back and be real nonchalant and say, I'm going to take a lot of time and kick it. They need to get the ball moving.
5-5-35, Clarence, their first score for quite a while. They trail North Launceston 11-7-73. Bales out of the defensive goal square. Kicks to the commentary side of the ground to Lee. One grab, two, couldn't take it. Good work there from Manshandon. Gets it to Simpson. Simpson to half forward over the head there of Caelan Matthews. Cleary and Matthews chase it. And it's out of bounds. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals in Knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thanks for your support this year, Elgas. It's like our third year now working with you as our sponsor of our winter broadcasts. Thanks also to the Brew Coffee Hut who've come on board this year. We appreciate your support. Front of the contest, Lee thumps it towards the goal square. Caelan Matthews can't pick it up. He rolls with it, tries to escape. He's laid upon, and it's going to be a ball up, only about 15 metres out from the face of the North Launceston goal. They lead by 38 points, headed for another grand final appearance. And so we've got another free kick in the ruck. We wait on the decision. This time it's going the way of Noah Holmes.
Getting a bit of feedback, Dave, on our call today. Some really positive stuff. You know, had the 1,000 viewers on the stream earlier. We've got guys like Michael Stevens, Launceston Football Club champion, Marty Powerferman, the father of the Launceston Football Club playing assistant coach next year. Andy Gower, the new coach of the Raiders.
Women's program,
covered them as well, Dave.
Yes.
Doing anything with them this year?
Yes, looking to do that once again, for sure. Ball comes out now to Hanslow. Give and go there with Glover. Back to Glover a second time. Little kick there, looking for Richards, who moves forward. Now they go with Clarence. Good ball movement. Ends up with Keegan Ryan. Goes quickly to Josh Green. Now it won't hit him on the chest. He has to go after it with Bailey Elmer. What a good experience that is for the young man Elmer. Now it might have flicked off someone's foot. And whose foot was it? Josh Green, because he's going away from the contest. So it'll be a free kick there for Elmer in defence.
Elmer comes back to the goal square defensively. Finds Ives. Tucked away now. Ives plays on. That's typical Alomes there. Just lopes away, no pressure on. Wasn't even looking at the player with the footy. Roney gives it back to Ives. Ives has run 70 metres. Over the top to Summers. Had a really good second half after a bit jittery early on. Summers now uses the ball well, finds Nash. He's got space. Where's he going to use it? Looks for Chug. Bit of a half kick, and they're going to repel. Here's Cooney, and it comes back the other way. On the outer wing here, near wing, it's Tyson Henslow. Tell you what will be worth a watch next week. That'll be Lauderdale versus Clarence. Max, a bit like the Giants and Sydney yesterday. They don't like each other. Eastern Shore.
Be a great prelim final. Lot at stake.
Roney turns the ball over. Norton went for the torpedo, trying to get it long over to Green. Can't do so. Fletcher Richards battles with Connor Young. Goes back now to Roney. Let's see what he does with the footy on this occasion. He steps inside. He goes short. Can't quite find his teammate there in pit. Back to Roney. Back through Nash to Roney. Inside 50, looking for the big bird, Matthews. He's at the bottom of the pack. He snaps, and he misses Caleb Matthews.
The last 3 or 4 minutes, a couple of awesome run and carry displays from North Launceston, just bringing it back into the corridor. It's nearly like a training drill for them.
And that's what Clarence limited in that first half. That's why they were in the contest. But now
they just had overlap after overlap after overlap then.
Jarvis Breen on the boundary line. Kicks up the wing. Ives couldn't take the mark. Clarence player saw there after the contest. I think that's Keegan Ryan. He's getting up quite gingerly. He's going to go straight to the bench. We'll get Chris onto that one.
So do you think the 3 clubs left, there's any internal, I guess, enthusiasm or commitment to we want to win this last state league flag?
Oh, I think so.
I think Lauderdale, especially when they loaded up with all their recruits coming back, I think they did. They started the season pretty poorly. I think I said, mid-season, they were probably the one that weren't really up to expectations. They're starting to get fitness. They've obviously lost Siggins, which is a massive loss. He won't be back.
Comes out now to Paprotny. Handballs to Keegan Wiley. Wiley up towards Preshaw. Off hands to Harper. He gets it to Green.
Here we go, Green. I'm just going to say it'll be great viewing, though, next week, Fozzel. Green breaks the 50, looking for goal number 3. Josh Green goes to the line. He kicks it. So Josh Green, 1 in the first, a beauty. 1 in the third, not bad. And this one, a typical Josh Green, 40-metre set on the run, goal.
Good work there, young Fletcher Richards. Just laid a little bit of a block there in the goal square.
Yep, it was, Dave. And like that, managed to get the ball through to the goal, so Green gets his third. But it was the urgency of Green as well. He knew what he was doing as soon as he marked it. He wasn't going to go back and take some time. He was too far out, but he just knew that he had to get on his bike, get the ball moving, let a bit of the, he knew it was going to bounce through. It's not going to just sit up on the ground. It'll skid through. So smart play from an experienced guy.
And Fozzie mentioned in the third quarter, that drop mark where it hit him on the chest, Josh Green, was really a pivotal moment. The great man called it. North Launceston 11-8-74. Clarence 6-5-41. 15 and a half gone.
Avent from the middle, left foot. Griffiths leads out. Beerley, Spoil from behind. Matthews can't take it. Well done, Cleary. There's Glover. He might have been shifting to defence. Then Glover and Richards may have swapped.
They have.
So Richards now having a run up forward. So we've got a ball up. 16 minutes gone. It's had long quarters today. A lot of stoppages. Umpire Geeson throws it up. Jasper Hay beaten to the ball there by Lee. Cox good out of mid-air. And it's taken over the boundary line there by Kalen Matthews.
Done my research, Foz. Scottsdale, 1973, undefeated in the NTFA and then beat Hobart and Cooey, both away wins from York Park as it was then to win the Tasmanian State Premiership.
We'll get down to Chris at the next stoppage. Yeah, that was a brilliant team, that Scottsdale team, no doubt about it.
It was. Can't remember it, but it was.
Deep in attack. Lee gets the tap. Declan Shug. Quiet today. Paddles it forward. Clarence player gets a boot to it towards the boundary line. That was Gapin. It's close to the boundary line. It's over. Time for Chris Sayer.
Keegan Ryan's all right. He had a knock above the knee, just in that muscle, but he's walking it out. I think he'll be fine. Michael Stingle for North. He's proppy. I don't know if he'll come back on the ground. He doesn't seem injured. He's just had a lot of rub downs and cramping a lot too. So we'll see if he lasts the game.
He had that massive hit sort of to the head neck region too. So when he went down, so I reckon just a few precautionaries there. He's an important player, Stingle. Chug fights hard on the ground. They're going to come the other way now, Clarence. Here's Avent, though. He sharks the ball. Jackie Avent, let it go through. He does, Mitchell. And Avent kicks his second. And Jack Avent sends North Launceston now into another TSL Grand Final. This one's important, though. It's going to be the final one. And North Launceston are on their way to the big dance.
He's unassuming, Jack Avent, isn't he? Like, he's a player that just does well every single week. And since that scores were level time and that halfway through that quarter, he's just really come to play.
Multiple roles, too, over the years. Like, he's part of that initial premiership run.
Yep.
Way back
midfield.
under the... Probably back pocket he was.
Yeah.
He's played wing. He's played on ball now. He can go forward pocket. Plays defensive.
Starts in the middle a lot. They don't have the experience anymore, so they've had to bring him back into the middle. Just to that goal that event, just very well disguised by Lockie Mitchell there too. The Clarence bloke had a chance to spoil it. He just, made it look clumsy, rose to the attempt to take the mark, but shepherded it through.
Set of clearance to Clarence. Bennett punches, comes down. Here now, Jasper Hay can't get hold of it. They do the well by hand. They've definitely had that in the second half, where they said, let's run from behind a little bit more.
Inside 50s Macca this quarter. North Launceston 10-5.
Yep.
Well in front there. And the hit-outs lead. He's 9-2 his way this quarter.
Half-time at West Park. Burnie 34, lead Ulverston 14.
This, from the stoppage, Avant once again gets the handball to Lee. Somehow gets a kick away. Players tied now late in this game. Griffiths tackled by Bealey. Really enjoyed that contest. There'll be a ball up, 60 metres out from North Launceston's goal. They lead by 39 points. They've kicked 7 out of the last 8 goals in this contest. Out now to Avant. Kicks inside 50 again. Bealey will get there. Can't quite take the mark. Liam Howard, handball over the top. Puts his teammate under a bit of pressure. Here's Gapin. Was good early. Kicks it outside defence of 50. Avant, chip kick. Bit too hot there for Ahern. And Bealey will take the mark.
Well done, James Bealey. Swings it wide, out in front of his teammate there in Wiley. So Wiley, he's got Jarvis Breen on short and goes there. He'll swing round on the left, Jarvis Breen.
He was quite early, Jarvis, but he's done a few good things.
Yeah, he's just a young player, really good experience for him. Coming up through the ranks, and that goes out of bounds. Once again on the far side of the ground. So it's really going to be North Launceston. I'll wait to see who their opponent is, to see who they best match up on in matchups and who they're going to play, how many talls, how many smalls, etc. conditions. But they've got a lot of options, North Launceston.
They'll say they don't care, but who would they rather face? I'll leave you to think about that one.
Yeah, here, as I said, I've been impressed by Clarence today. They've shown a lot more run. They've got a bit of youth. I still think there's a couple of players they could probably put in their side to maybe stretch the defenders. A couple of talls. Mapley can play either end of the ground. He's one I was thinking of. They also had a couple out today injured, whether they're back next week or not.
James Holmes,
Mitch
Rainbird.
He was definitely one, yeah. So there we go.
Bounty throw in, far side of the ground.
Lauderdale, if they had Siggins, I'd give them a lot better chance. I just don't think their game is suited to this ground as much. From what I've seen today, Clarence could be suited. So I reckon they'd rather take on Lauderdale.
From the bounty throw in, Bales can't break free. Max, I think you disagree.
Do you reckon Clarence will beat Lauderdale?
Yeah, I do. And I just think,
so therefore Clarence are a better side than Lauderdale.
Yeah, but I think North would be more comfortable in playing Clarence on the basis of Lauderdale's just they're too much of an unknown.
Okay.
They're on paper, like you said at the beginning of the year, should have been beating everyone by 10 goals.
Yeah, I think Andrew Phillips is a big, worry for any opposition.
Their
experience on ballers.
The last few weeks has built and built and built. They've, had confidence.
Become fitter, Christensen.
Confidence over the Tigers the last 2 weeks, eliminated them yesterday. Look.
Next week's going to be interesting. I'll take it the game will be at Bell Reeve, Foz.
Would think so, unless Bell Reeve's been packed up for the year. I don't know.
They might move
Otherwise,
to
it'd be at
Oval.
North Hobart, I think.
Okay.
Out it comes towards Hanslow. Max Rainey does okay. Does well, skillfully gets out of trouble. Kicks to the goal square. Leading out and take the mark there once again is James Bealey.
SFL finals, where are they at? They're still going.
North Hobart, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
They'll be next Saturday.
Jarvis Breen comes near side. He hasn't used the footy as well as he'd like to today, Jarvis Breen. Right on centre wing, it's going to be another ball up.
So if anyone at AFL Taz is listening, please send me a text. If you can give us a scoop as to where that game might be, we might announce it, Andrew Dillon before the end of the game.
Well, you've given him a serve today.
He can't
repair
control
bridges
everything.
at the moment.
Absolutely, always am. There's Chug. Gets it over the top. Bo Nash out of bounds. 22
he's
minutes
played
gone.
deliberate.
I think he might have been convinced by the coaching panel encouraging him to say there was no one there. There was no one there.
Keegan Wiley takes off, cross half back, bounces it, and kicks long with that raking right foot of his towards half forward. Cox Goodjar comes out and takes a mark. There he plays on. 45 kick to the centre circle's great. Ahern takes it. Dishes it off now. Simpson gets it now to Roney. Max Roney for goal. Offline. He doesn't kick many. And he's missed a lot there, I think, out of bounds on the full. I'm a bit disappointed the texts haven't come flushing in here from AFL Tas. A bit disappointed. I want to get that scoop. Where will the final be next week? Launceston Arena, I would suspect. There's a short kick straight to the lap there of Topoli. Kubanka waltzes in and Julie misses to the right.
They make the D-League teams come up here and play grand final day, even though they're two southern teams.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Make a day of it.
Yep. There's mark taken there by Borsboom. Long sweeping handball to Beerley. Been one of their best. Gets it now to Paprotny. Right half back to the wing looking for Liam Howard. Great kick. Liam Howard can play on. Kicks inside 50. Over the head there of Harper. Over the back is Fletcher Richards. Dispossessed. Bennett. Young. Here they go. This North Launceston back line. So solid and efficient as Roney gets it now to Manchandon.
Interesting, Max. We spoke that Clarence were able to go 50-50. Yep. Like the whole first half. They were able to make every defender defend and not allow this overlap. But whether it's fitness and run or whether it's just structural, they've just gone away from that one-on-one footy.
Yep, they've opened it right up now, haven't they?
Ooh. Looks an injury behind play. It could be Fletcher Richards' injured shoulder or arm, Foz.
Yep.
Could be a big issue there.
Chris onto that.
Here's Manchandon. 2 bites of the cherry. Takes it in front of Max Gapin. So that's not looking great. It's an elbow, shoulder, broken arm. Gives it off to Cox Goodger on the handball. And Cox Goodger goes bang. Well, that's just being aware of who's around you. And Cox Goodger kicks his second for the day. His 28th for the year. The evergreen Bradley Cox Goodger.
He's been amongst their best, I reckon, Will Manchandon. He might have not got a heap of possessions, but things he's done, he's really impacted the game. Yep. And I think Maxie had a face injury early in the season, which delayed his start, but he got pre-season and broken nose, I think. Yep. But he's really playing some good footy.
And the conditions suit a guy of his size today as well. Like we've all mentioned it early, the balls went on the ground. Probably 80% of the play, is just scrub and rub it forward. But ideal for him. He's been in and under. Flicked that one off. I think it was him that flicked it off to Cox Goodger from about 45 out. You start writing those down for Cox Goodger, don't you, as soon as the ball's in his hands.
From the centre, ball up. Probably another 5 minutes to play here. Paprotny's got it. Swings the right foot towards half forward. Getting back and taking a mark is Elmer. Kicks laterally now to Bales. He's on defensive 50. He's got a runner in Ives if he wants him, but he goes by foot. Hit up there was Ahern. Overcooked the kick. Got to push in the back though. And will get himself a free kick, Jack Ahern.
Got to give this guy a mention, Dave. He just pops up everywhere on social media for everyone. So Upper Castro, wherever that is.
Yes, I know it well.
Back of Ulverston there, isn't it?
Yep. Jack Ahern.
Dean Allen. Thank you for listening and watching, Dean.
Inside 50, Caelan Matthews. Can't take the mark, Cleary. And now we've got a free kick coming back to Clarence. Chris, you got some news there on Fletcher Richards.
Yes, he's in the hands of the physio, clutching his left shoulder, and he's shaking his head. I think his day is done.
Oh, it's no good for the youngster. He's had a really good season. So he's out for next week, that's probably certain. And possibly the grand final too, if they make it that far. Ball's on the railway wing. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage here today on City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. For our northern listeners and anyone interested, we're covering the NTFA Grand Final next week between South Launceston and Longford. So Longford won their way through with a narrow win over Rochalee yesterday, Max.
They did, Dave. Ground was pretty well chopped up. I think it was the 4th game out there by the time the seniors got there, as we see a bit of advantage play there for Clarence up to their half-forward line.
Let's play on as Liam Howard, a couple of efforts there. It's going to come back to North Launceston. They might play advantage. They will. Here's Max Roney. Tries to fends off Jarvis Breen. His Devils teammate. Let's fly for goal. And sneaks in for a behind.
Great, don't argue there by Max Roney.
Quite his first half, Max, but he's...
had a good second once that
really
overlap run is right in his game.
That's right. Tyson Henslow takes the mark in defensive 50.
Henslow goes short. 47 points the margin. Doesn't seem long ago it was 3, and we were giving Clarence a real chance. It's been all North Launceston second half.
8 out of the last 9.
Hit up lead, finds Harper.
17 inside 50 to 6 in his last quarter.
Yeah.
The Bombers wait.
Well and truly, can't be long left. 28 and a half minutes gone. Can they get one more? Here's a Loams. Is it going to bounce Josh Green's way? Summers. Josh Green lays the tackle. Top of the 50, there is Roney again. Handballs to Summers on the deck. Josh Green's having a chat to the umpire as the game goes on. Wasn't happy with something there, Josh Green. He goes back to the goal square. So top of the 50, 23 scoring shots to 11. I did mention that the last 2 times Clarence played here, they'd only had 10 and 9 scoring shots.
11 today.
11 today. So it's been an issue for them on this ground. Just not enough scoring penetration. Here's the youngster in Simpson. He wheels and goes inside 50. The flowing locks of Bales who goes forward, trying to get hold of a little bit of goal-scoring action, Harry Bales.
Great news for Simpson there, playing in the grand final. I know he's disappointed last year, missing out, but he's had a really good season. His brother's playing in South Australia as well.
Yeah, he actually missed out on the Norwood senior side today. They made one omission, and unfortunately it was him.
Okay.
So hopefully there's a change, and he might be a late in, but he was, when I checked the teams, he was the out.
So is Clarence's non-scoring due to their capacity of non-scoring, or the structure and pressure of North?
Well, I think a bit of both, but I think they've had the inside 50 opportunities to probably score better than what they have. Then they definitely made North Launceston defend early, but just couldn't outmark them. How many marks inside 50 for Clarence today?
6. So they had 4 or 5 and 1 in that second quarter, I think.
Yeah, okay.
From memories.
Yeah, look, they've allowed North Launceston to defend the way they like to defend in the second half, and they just haven't been able to get those scoring. But, yeah, just not enough scores. 23 scoring shots to 11 in the end. It's really been the tale.
So it's a ball up. 30 and a half minutes gone. Umpire McEntee. Hay thumps it straight, though, to Declan Chugg, who kicks it forward as the siren sounds, and North Launceston find their way into another TSL Grand Final, unbeaten all season, and they're going to the big dance in 2 weeks' time here at iUTAS Stadium with a convincing 47-point win over Clarence here this afternoon. 13-10, 88 to 6-5, 41. We've got Chris Sayer there. He's going to try and get a word with one of the North Launceston players.
There's one in front of him there, Chris. Go and get Bradley.
No, I think he's going to make a beeline for Bailey Mitchell, hopefully.
Okay,
who's
the young goal scorer.
The game breaker here early.
So
Speaking of goal kickers.
Yeah, 4 goals in the last quarter to North Launceston. They kicked 8 in the second half, and Clarence could only manage the 2 goals, 3. So the goal kickers for North Launceston, that boy Bailey Mitchell pops up with 4. His first real opportunity forward this year that we've seen. So 4 to Mitchell, 2 to Bradley Cox-Goodger, 2 to Avent, singles to Manshandon, Ahern, Bo Nash, Harvey Griffiths and Alex Lee. And for Clarence, they kick 6, 3 to Josh Green, 2 to James Glover and 1 to Bryce Alomes.
Max, just some quick thoughts before we grab that interview with Chris Sayer.
Yep, well, certainly we'll get down to Chris in a moment, but North Launceston, they've done it again. Had some significant outs today. Today was made for a Brandon Leary type player as well, but they found a ready-made replacement in Bailey Mitchell, who got one short of a handful, which is great. But they just keep coming and coming and coming. North Launceston. It's a great testament to what they've been able to do. They've now got a week's rest to sit back and watch Clarence and Lauderdale fight it out next week.
And Chris Sayer's got the goal kicker, 4 goals today for Bailey Mitchell.
Yes, I got Bailey here, mate. 4 goals. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, happy with that. Midfielders and that help out to it, obviously, and all the work up the ground, so I was just lucky enough to get on the end of a few.
There was a point there in that third quarter, only 3 points up. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, we just have trust in the process that, we grind it out, and then in that last quarter we knew that our process will take care of itself and run over the top. So,
When did you find out you were going to play?
Thursday night.
Oh, okay. So you had plenty of time to prepare for the game then?
Yeah, it was good.
I think there was a few tired bodies at the end of this game. That week off, you're really going to appreciate.
I think so, yeah. Get the ice into us and, recover well, so it should be good.
And this ground is so hard to play. Clarence did well, but this ground is a big factor, and you got the grand final on this ground.
Yes, it is a big factor, and, happy with the result. So,
Look, congratulations today. 4 goals, well done.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks down there to Bailey Mitchell, getting a good grab with that youngster who's just flying under the radar. He's been a good, solid player all year, and good to see him get the reward there with the 4 goals. Chris, you got something else for us?
Yeah, I was going to say with those big names come back in, there's got to be some players give way. So it's a sort of a nice situation to be in.
Yes, selection will be very interesting over the next couple of weeks for North Launceston. There's no doubt about that. We saw Blade Sulzberger out there, Macri, a bit of a knee brace on.
Yep.
So hopefully he'll be okay with a couple more weeks. Of course, Leary comes back from suspension. Van Dam, Lockie Mitchell as well. And a couple of players that were playing sore. We mentioned Dom Pitt and Mitch Nicholas with that hamstring.
Yeah,
they'll get another week as well.
Another week off, yeah, fantastic. Look, I think Stingel will be okay. I think he was just off having a bit of a spell. He'll be sore, but he looks all happy and that out there at the moment. Got his boots off. I think he's all good.
So we might, the North Launceston players now walking off the ground, and they're going to be giving a big round of applause here from their supporters in front of the Carlton draft stand.
And look, there's no doubt today, boys, they were challenged. They were challenged at times. They got back to within 3-point lead, and Clarence were coming, and so that's good though. Smith would like that. That they were challenged, they were able to fight it off and come away with a good victory.
Yeah, well, it gives them confidence, doesn't it? They know that in the close situations, they know what to do.
Yeah.
Clarence went one-on-one, like you pointed out during the call, Macca. That worked for them for the period of time that they were able to sustain it. Then, however, North were able to unleash the shackles, and away they went. They started to spread, and Clarence just, the reality is Clarence couldn't keep up with them.
That's right.
We've got to check groups of stats, Max. Have a think about a 3-2-1. You've got to do it.
Bit hard today. I'll make it up on the run,
We'll see how you go. Hit-outs today.
Just for something different.
Unlike other weeks.
Interesting, Macca. Hit-outs were really close all day, but in that last quarter, Lee, 18 hit-outs to 4. So just elite fitness from Lee.
It's amazing. As I was mentioning, he doesn't swap.
I didn't see Carlin Matthews or Theo Ives.
He doesn't swap.
Yep.
He doesn't swap. So the opposition ruckman needs to swap, especially Noah Holmes today. And then when they threw Jasper Hay in there, Lee just dominated. So, look, it was a good game of football, and it was good that it was close for quite a while.
Clearances, North Launceston 43 to 34 over the day, 13 to 9 in the last quarter. Inside 50s, 52 to 42, but they were level at three-quarter time. Once again, North Launceston is that elite fitness, the way to finish off games, 17 and 7 in that last quarter.
So if you take away the times they kicked it out of bounds on the full or whatever, 23 scoring shots, 52 entries.
Yes.
So that's
almost a half.
Yep. Probably a little bit less than what they want it to be. But 11 scoring shots to 42 out of 42 entries.
Yeah, nearly 25%.
It's just not enough efficiency going forward. And as Max said, is that the structure of Clarence? Is it the defensive structure of North Launceston? Probably a bit of both.
Clarence, 7 marks inside 50 to North Launceston 4. Intercept marks, North Launceston 19 to Clarence 15. And Fletcher Bennett, 4 intercept marks. Harry Bales, 3 today with the standouts there. James Bealey, 3 intercept marks. Max Gapin, 3 for Clarence. Free kicks, 32 to Clarence, 22 to North Launceston. A well-umpired game. Well done to our 3 umpires today. Max, some better players and a 3-2-1, please.
Yep, no worries, Dave. Thought Baxter Norton early for Clarence did well. James Glover, he kicked a couple, tried all day for Clarence. When the opportunities were there, he made the most of them with his couple of goals. Josh Green, kept them in the game a couple of times, and his just smartness around the goals again kept them in it. I thought he was good. Bryce Holmes faded out after half time, but did his best early. Thought Cooney did a couple of good things when he had the opportunity, which was, that's the future looking forward for them. Young Jack Dolliver got a bit of it in the first half, just petered off a bit in the second. For North Launceston, Thought Cox Goodger, just another serviceable game. Didn't rack up multiple possessions like he normally would, but every time he got it, did something with it. Stingle was consistent as well. Who else do we go down the list here? We've got Jackie Avett popped up, a couple of goals, which was good. Max Roney in the second half started to take control a little bit of the back line. I thought Oliver DePoli Kubank, his four-quarter effort was worth mentioning as well. For the 3-2-1, this guy was consistent all day off half-back. I watched him a lot. He was just, as soon as the ball was bounced, he was running in and nearly playing as an additional on-baller there sometimes. Harry Bales for one vote. Clarence player number 10, James Bealey. Thought he done a really, really good job on... who is it? The goal kicker? Harvey Griffiths. We spoke about Harvey getting up the ground. Part of that might have been necessity just to try and get rid of that tag today. So he did a really, really good, he can hold his head high, James Bealey. And I guess the match winner in a certain way today doesn't get a lot of accolades. Young Bailey Mitchell with his 4 and helped another couple through the square as well. So 2 or 3 goal assists as well. So 1 to Harry Bales, 2 to James Bealey and 3 to Bailey Mitchell.
Thank
and
you.
Sorry to Alex Lee, I couldn't get him in today.
Thank you, Max Walker. We'll see you in a couple of weeks at the TSL Grand Final.
I have to check the corporate commitments, but
Michelle's birthday, isn't it?
He's got guest appearances and all that.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
Corporate commitments next week, Dave, so unavailable.
All right.
My TSL career's over.
Yep, that is officially now.
I'm officially over.
Yep.
I've got
what commitments have you
got? Social commitments in Queensland in the TSL Grand Final. A wedding, sorry. They couldn't change it for the TSL Grand Final.
But we'll see you next week for the NTFA Grand Final.
I'm back for the NTFA Grand Final, South Launceston v Longford, the Max Walker Cup.
3:20 next week on City Park Radio. Thanks to Dave Gruber, our stats man. We had a big weekend, Grubes. Thanks to Chris Sayer, also a big weekend on the boundary. Thanks to Liam on the camera this afternoon. A great job. He can eat his chips now. They're probably a bit cold. Chris Ball back in the studio. Also a big weekend, not just getting us to air, but a lot of other things around the station. So thank you, Chris, for your help this weekend getting us to air. Thanks to all the listeners out there. We got some good feedback today, so thank you for that. Thanks to the streamers, also Ashley down there in Hobart. That's it from iUTAS Stadium, and the final score, it was North Launceston winning their way through to the grand final, 13-10-88, defeated Clarence 6-5-41. See you for the TSL Grand Final in a couple of weeks.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 1161. A sponsor.